What's made police officers in Sussex angry this week?
Oh, this is fantastic. There's a leaflet out telling them how to wear their uniform. Genuinely true, this. Apparently they've been told you've got to put your socks in and tuck your shirt in and then you'll catch the paddies. This is... It implies there are policemen in West Sussex walking around like this. We're going to get the bad man. Any second now, we're going to get the bad man, you know? I think it's great. I think we should do more patronising leaflets for them, you know? Wouldn't that be great?
Left leg, then right leg.
Yeah.
Then left leg. Quicker if he's running away from you.
But wouldn't that be great if it's really patronising? Going undercover does not mean turning up with a duvet on your head.
This is how it was reported in Metro. These are the photographs they showed. My favourite bit is your utility belt should only contain items issued by the Force.
Lightsaber.
A lightsaber, basically. Yeah, a lightsaber. Only a lightsaber.
Oh, that'd be great if you just had a tiny Yoda. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Actually, that sounds like a euphemism for a penis.
I have one. What else are they keeping in the utility belt? What else are they doing?
Mace.
Oh, I got some breath mints and some lube. Mind you, lube be useful enough. I can get you out of the crash car, but you will smell of sexy cherry for a while.
It's also saying the correct way to be a policeman is to be 2/3 of the size.
Budget costs you.
Yeah, smaller policeman, easier to dress.
Mm.
I know that your PPV, which I think is personal protection vest, I think it's like the anti-stab vest, must be worn over your shirt. Now, I can see what the problem is here, because I'd imagine lots of them wore them under the shirt, so that people go, oh my God, you've been stabbed, and they go, no! Yes, the answer I was looking for was Blair's memoirs' incredible sales. This is a story that ex-Prime Minister Tony Blair has finally published, A Journey, his hotly anticipated account of his time in power.
It's basically, he'd been accused of sexing up a dossier, and now he has sexed up a dossier, you went after he's going, oh, I devoured Cherie, or whatever it was. You weren't sure what he was going to put next, I flopped out my weapon of mass destruction. And 45 minutes later, it launched.
What weakness does Blair reveal?
Mini baby bells. He can't get enough of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
No, he's drinking. It was really hilarious, 'cause he said, yeah, I was a bit of a drinker, but all he had was half a bottle of wine a night. My mate once got so drunk he woke up in a river.
This would be the worst AA meeting ever. It'd be so dull as well, because the other... OK, tell us about yourself. Well, Duncan's basically, he's lost his kids, he's found himself homeless on the street. How about you, Tony? Well, first of all, hi, guys. Occasionally, I have a second glass of wine after dinner. Group hug.
Although, in fairness, his drinking did lead to invading a country.
Yeah.
Which makes the UN the international equivalent of a woman in a car park going, leave him, Tarek, he's not worth it!
The UN made him the Middle East peace envoy after he'd started 2 wars in the Middle East. It would be like making the woman who chucked that cat in a wheelie bin an RSPCA inspector. As Prime Ministers go, it's nothing, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
Churchill used to have a bottle of champagne for lunch, have another one apparently in the evening, have 3 scotches, 2 brandies and a highball. So you think, well, it's no wonder he didn't want to appease Hitler, was it? He was well up for a scrap, wasn't he?
Yeah, but to be fair, what people forget about Churchill, when Churchill was doing the we shall fight them on the beaches, he was 25 at the time. That lifestyle, he died at 32. That lifestyle really...
I'm surprised he didn't go, oh, we're going to fight them on the beaches and we'll fight them in the pubs, outside the pubs, in the kebab shops.
If
they look at our women, we'll twat them there.
We're in the late-night garage and we want more fags.
It's Churchill, that he said later in life his greatest regret was never winning the Second World War. Didn't remember a thing.
He also, let's be honest, he looked quite like you.
And you are...
as an insult.
Say it in... No, he did. I'd say that as a compliment.
Yeah,
Try the...
you would take it as a compliment. He was a
we will
big
fight them
man.
on the beaches. Yeah. Say that.
We will fight them on the beaches.
That sound like the Churchill dog.
That was Tommy Cooper. We will fight them.
Tommy Cooper.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is, but I think they've usually got a carer with them.
Say this. Never in the field of human conflict.
I'm not doing Churchill impersonations, really.
Do it sexy. Do sexy Churchill.
Sexy Churchill. I will fight you on the beach.
I've actually eaten dead badger roadkill.
Have you?
Really?
Yeah,
Shall I
he
tell
did.
you- shall I tell you? Shall I tell you what it Shall I tell you what it tasted of?
What's the taste of?
Badger. No, I have. I had a meal of badger. I had otter in a meal called risotto. And I had blackbird, rather, in a pie.
Oh,
It was really nice.
Is this when you were working in nursery rhymes?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I did for a programme.
I think
What programme was that? Let's make you eat weird shit.
It was a programme where you had to do things that you'd never done, and I said I'd never had roadkill, so I ate roadkill.
But hang on, is it, I know the programme you mean. It's a programme where you're supposed to do things you've never done that other people have done, though. It was called Never Seen Star Wars, and then you were just slightly out of step with the population. You're not out of step with the population with having never eaten roadkill. I don't think what, he's never eaten roadkill? We're got a Lord Snooty over here. Fished his dinner off the tarmac once in a while.
It's just been very... No, it was nice.
In an effort to cheer up the badger, Paul Gascoigne was seen in the area with an empty bottle of Cava, a can of Spam, and a Savage Garden CD.
That's an example, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever they show fat people on the news, they never show their faces, do they? They always show them from the middle area. And you're thinking, if we're really trying to lose weight, maybe they should show their faces and go, look at this one!
Look at this one. This is your policy. Shaming of the obese. This one is very fat. Chase them! Chase them with sticks! And if they will not run, put Mars on the end of the stick and dangle it. Run them around in a circle like a horse training for dressage. Just slowly around and around the circle.
The point is, the supermarkets are saying we're doing everything to try and help people be healthier, and you think, no, they're not. The supermarkets couldn't care less. If they really cared about our health, they would give us trolleys which were harder to push to give us a cardiovascular workout, and they'd make the chocolate and biscuit aisle only a foot wide so fat people couldn't get...
You know the news. Why are Druids celebrating at the moment?
They're officially a religion.
Yes, they are.
It's a great... They've officially, but granted by the Charities Commission, they are now officially a religion, which makes you wonder what the problem was before, that they weren't, I don't know, wishy-washy enough to be a religion. Like, well, what do you worship? Nature. Nah, nature exists.
If they are legally now a religion, that presumably means they can set up faith schools.
Be fantastic.
There'd be druidic schools. Like, you'd have to move to the Stonehenge catchment area to get your child to a really good one. And it'd be the only school in the world where pupils would be actively encouraged to draw naked men with a big cock and ball.
You have all these middle-class parents trying to forge a letter from the local Wiccan shaman.
I once had a druid who came to work in my garden, which is a bit weird. But he was 3 hours late one day to work in the garden, and it was the most brilliant excuse I've ever heard. He said, I would apologise for being late, but I'm afraid I don't believe in the concept of time.
Did you not point out that you were paying him by the hour?
I did, yeah.
And the school I went to in Wiltshire is the site of Merlin's Mound, so it's like a big... on the solstice, all these druids used to go there, and we used to obviously rip the piss out of them. And it was brilliant, because it happened every year. They were out, I'd be doing, like, science, and there'd be all these druids, like, wailing and throwing their sticks in the air and shit like that. And we'd all be taking the piss. And one year, my teacher, a man that I respected, I was taking the piss out of all the druids, and he said, Whitehall, I don't know why you're laughing. You know they like to sacrifice virgins.
Boom! Boom! Unbelievable. Top work. We gotta book that guy. Why has health and safety been in the news this week?
Because Cameron says he's going to get rid of it.
Yes. Which came a little bit too late for BP.
Yeah.
It's a stupid thing to do, to try and get rid of health and safety, because essentially we have evolved ourselves out of a position where we have any natural predators. The only natural predators humans have are ourselves and peanuts. We're doing the best because we're stupid. Health and safety is getting in the way of evolution. 10,000 people last year in this country were admitted to A&E having injured themselves putting their trousers on. Right? They're firing themselves out of cannons into their trousers. They caught themselves in the zip, right? Which is hideous, yes, but at least they can't breed anymore. That is evolution, and health and safety will stop that.
Imagine making that phone call, though. Hello! Got my dick in my trousers. And I want to sue. My trousers!
questions.
My old teacher's mate was testing some reinforced concrete cages. You know, reinforced concrete is cages with concrete covering it, and they show you the cage out the back. And he jumped off backwards, being a bit of a lad, and split up the front of himself, and didn't notice until a couple of seconds later when his bollocks fell out of his jeans. He drove himself to hospital, right? Holding his balls in one hand and putting them on his lap to change gear. He got to the A&E and the woman said, "How can I help you?" And he went...
I bet there was somebody sat in A&E just eating a Scotch egg, like...
Story. I bet there's somebody in the A&E with a slightly hurt elbow going, "I'm going to be longer than I thought now. I've been moved down by Mr. Hear Me Balls."
There was an incredible story about, well, it's not incredible, but about health and safety, that trainee hairdressers aren't allowed scissors. Which is pretty... Imagine that. What are they going to do? Just use their teeth? This is Sandra, she's going to chew your perm out.
The news, which celebrity's voice has been voted top in a recent survey to find the nation's favourite sat-nav voice?
I think you're overselling this, but is it Sir Sean Connery?
It's supposed to be Sir Sean Connery, yes, there was some sort of poll.
Tell us about it, Dara.
Yeah, I don't really want to tell you about it. Who did he beat in second place?
He beat you.
He beat me. He beat me into second place.
That's it. And who was in third place? George Clooney.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah, I beat Clooney. Yeah. Thank you. And he is gutted.
And Dara, how long has your mother been running these surveys? Why would you want Dara on your sat-nav? Well, never stop. You'd be like, turn left here, turn left, turn left. You want to turn left. You want to turn left. You want to get there, you have to turn left. You have to turn left there. You're going to... What do you do for a living? What do you do? What do you do? You want to go straight over the end, but that's the second exit.
Yeah. My great problem is that I haven't been living here that long. I'm like to go, no, I don't know where that is, actually.
Dara, do you know why I think you should have won? Because your name is an anagram of I, a road brain. Your name is an anagram of...
I,
a road brain.
I, a road brain.
I, a road brain.
Yeah, Mickey's looking forward to Carol Vorderman's warm-up act.
You know, I've not got a lot on at the moment.
This sounds a bit clang, I once got an email from Stephen Fry telling me that he was sitting in an airport in Africa, and did I know my surname was an anagram of Nairobi? It's very difficult to know what to write back. Thanks, Stephen.
You're very much mistaken if you think that sounds like a clanger. That sounds like a clanger.
OK, thank you. The end of that. Stop being noises.
Sorry? Where's the soup dragon?
The question I was looking for was, how much time has Delhi had to prepare for the crisis-hit Commonwealth Games, which reports claim are still not ready? The city won the right to host the Games in 2003, but the build-up to the event has been plagued by fears that facilities and accommodation might not be completed on time and to a safe standard. So what's been going wrong?
Well, the ceiling of the weightlifting area collapsed. I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? And there he is. He's holding up 200 kilograms and the roof!
Did you do what they had removed from one of the rooms in the athletes' village?
A snake.
A snake, a cobra, was in one of the bedrooms in South Africa. And they said, I don't know what you're worried. We gave you a basket and a small horn. You play the horn and the cobra will go back into the basket. A cobra! Like, that's a valid safety complaint, surely.
But it's a double whammy as well. You get bitten by a cobra, they give you an anti-venom, and then they disqualify you for having an illegal substance in your bloodstream.
What animals have been brought in?
Camels.
No, not camels, no.
Penguins.
Not penguins.
Yes.
No, monkeys.
Is it a narwhal?
It's not a narwhal. Stop naming random animals, right?
Is it a muskrat?
It's not a muskrat. I've already said the word monkeys while you carried on naming it.
Is it monkeys?
It's monkeys. Well done, yeah. OK, at the end of that round, What the hell? Points for everyone. Come on back. Come on back. Get up. Out. How exhausted were you?
Can I do it without falling?
Yeah, you can do it without falling.
The gayest fall ever.
What? It's not earpiece, it's right now.
Earpiece 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, really? All this time have they been shouting? Oh, that's fantastic.
From underneath, they'll be going...
I thought it was elves saying.
Post.
This is just introduction to old age for you.
Yeah. Next, you'll be losing your hair.
So, the police have been probably... Stop it. We are genuinely filming this shit. Could you stop throwing stuff? I know it seems, you know, that you're not... I know this bit isn't all about you, but don't break open the sweets just yet, all right? OK. Where the police were having problems with the e-fit technology?
It was rude.
OK. Half of the performers weren't eating bananas.
Hey, with the monkeys.
Yeah. So, seriously, you'd like the bananas to pause just for a second? Yeah. OK.
Have a special banana shell.
Jared, we'll get a banana. Oh, we'll get you some grapes. What greengrocers are we fucking turning into here?
Sorry.
My mouth. Oh, sit fucking down. Don't fucking hug me. Come on. No Russell Howard tonight, as he's off working on the next series of his own show for the BBC Three. But we start with a round called "If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question?"
You said the BBC Three.
Shut up.
You did say the BBC Three.
Shut up, I'd like to get out of here at some stage
Well,
tonight.
maybe you shouldn't have fucked it up then.
Maybe
you should have said either the
spotted
BBC or BBC Three. Nobody says the BBC Three.
I call it the BBC Three, right?
Are you a big fan of the Oasis?
He's going to be shit as a sat-nav, isn't he?
Yeah.
Turn the right.
I touched the mic. They told me off before for touching the mic, so you'll...
She told you off for touching Mike.
No. It's all wonky. Sorry, I just don't want to ruin everything.
That has made all the difference.
Yeah, that's better.
I'm going home.
Sorry, Hugh.
Milk, bread, germaloids. I believe I have been reading from the wrong piece of paper.
I like to see myself as a perfect compromise between Ed Balls and David Miliband. I am David Milliballs.
Right then, conference, it's time to choose our new leader using the traditional method. Professor Dumbledore, pass me the sorting hat.
OK, the next topic is things you wouldn't hear in a cookery show.
No, that's definitely a poodle.
Today, I brought along chicken tonight, but I'm going to have it tomorrow. Smash the system.
So finally, just pour on the milk, and there you have it. Cereal.
And remember, you must eat the brain to get their power.
A lot of people recommend washing your hands after handling raw meat, but it's just as easy to let a dog lick them or to wipe them on a relative.
Golden, relax. We're doing a bit of dinner, mate. You're not sorting out the Middle East here.
So just boil for 15 minutes, and if there's still life in her, she's a witch.
Welcome to It's Late and There's Not Much Left in the Fridge. Today we're going to be making onion double cream banana pasta ketchup.
The unique flavour of the sausages is from a recipe from my wife.
Sir, if you want to give your bar snacks that genuine pub feeling, why not sprinkle them with urine?
I'm Jamie Oliver, and in my new series, I'm going to be travelling the length and breadth of the UK in a VW camper. Welcome to Cock O'Van.
We start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board, 6 categories. Hal, which category would you like?
Sport.
OK, the category is sport. The answer is yoga, sushi and ice. What is the question?
Is this what Eric Pickles uses to deal with trapped wind?
Is it what would the 3 wise men have brought Jesus if he was born in Notting Hill?
You think your Chinese tattoo says keep the faith. What does it actually mean?
Is it in fact just what does Madonna smell of?
Is it 16 years from now, what will my son tell me when I ask him what A-levels he's doing?
Is it name 3 things Nigella won't be asking Charles Saatchi to pay for anymore?
Is it Pingu's Rider?
He does nothing. I'm doing nothing until I get more sushi in here.
What is the strapline to the hit Japanese television programme, The Loose-Limbed Fish Eaters of the Arctic?
Is it what answer will you get if you ask Paris Hilton to name the elements?
Is it, if you own a bar in Soho, what should you call it to guarantee it'll always be chock full of wankers?
Is it simply what are 3 things which are very difficult to sell door to door?
It is name 3 things that can make you lose the feeling in your legs.
Sushi? Yeah. Do you know what sushi actually is?
Is it what Andy Murray uses to keep up his training regime?
It absolutely is. Well done. Yes, the question I was looking for, name 3 things that were part of Andy Murray's preparations for his historic Wimbledon win. This is news that in scorching temperatures, Andy Murray defeated the world #1 Novak Djokovic to become the first British man in 77 years to win the Wimbledon men's singles final. An integral part of helping Murray achieve his success was his health and fitness regime, which included yoga, a 6,000 calorie a day sushi-rich diet and post-match ice baths. Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it?
Did I watch the ice bath?
The ice bath? No, that wasn't broadcast.
Apparently, he actually has ice baths in a wheelie bin. And I think that can't be enjoyable, can it? Particularly if he does it on a Tuesday and gets carried away by the cancer.
It was a historic moment because it was after years of naysaying, years of doubt, years of, you know, can it be done? After 77 years, Andy Murray proved that Scottish people can operate in that temperature.
I know, by the way, I know that the last year Andy came into the studio after after not winning the final. It's kind of become a little tradition, and I don't want to make a big thing of it, but he's in the back of the room tonight there, enjoying the show so far. Andy, laughing away there. Yes, ha 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 ha! Don't freeze frame it. Don't freeze frame it. It gives it away. Gives it away. We sent the invitation.
He's had a shave since the final. It's amazing.
Mark, we're laughing away. He loved that one. Did you like that one as well, Andy? Do you think that's very funny? Laughing away. Very, very good.
The fact that the bloke who was here last year behind him's come back again.
Good to have him back as well. Good to have Terry there. Hiya, Terry. Good to have you here. The first subject is unlikely things for a sports commentator to say.
And the starting pistol's gone off, and Oscar Pistorius has got his arms in the air, claiming his innocence already.
Well, good news here in Flushing Meadow. Murray has broken Djokovic. Both legs, one arm. He won't recover from that.
Oh, clearly that's a dive by Tom Daley.
So it's 1-1 at half-time, and, sorry, I'm finding it hard to concentrate here. Gareth Southgate has just had me in absolute stitches.
And that's an unfortunate wardrobe malfunction for the Ukrainian women shot putter there as a bollock pops out. Well, do you know, I've completely forgotten when England won the World Cup.
130 kilograms. This would be a world record, but this small Peruvian is determined to swallow it and get it through customs.
And as he approaches the corner at 200 miles an hour, they really need to check out this cyclist for drugs.
And as a mark of respect, the Great Britain water polo team will be wearing armbands.
Croquet does not get better than this.
Well, my watch has 3 additional minutes. Don't buy a Rolex from a street market.
Hello, I'm Michael Owen. Welcome to the millions of you watching on BT Sport.
And he's got 4 off 1 ball. It's a lot of children that Lance Armstrong has fathered.
And the sumo wrestler grunts as his opponent enters the ring. Pretty sure that move's illegal.
Well, it's 1:30 and the covers are still on. Kevin Peterson simply won't get out of fucking bed.
And Tiger Woods is going for his 3rd hole of the afternoon. Surely by now he should have left the hotel.
And welcome to the 2020 Tokyo Olympic sailing competition. Oh my God, Godzilla! Ah!
First subject is weather.
Oh,
OK, Chris House.
We, in this country, massively overreact to weather. There was this a tornado in Birmingham a few years ago. The tiniest tornado you've ever seen in your life. In America, a tornado is a massive thing that destroys whole states. Here, the twister hit Selly Oak. And the entire British press went nuts. The Guardian said it dislodged roof tiles and smashed the plant pots. Oh, no! They interviewed these 2 lads on the Today programme on Radio 4. One of them said it was horrifying. He said, I was sat in my back room. I thought the window was going to come in. Next thing I knew, a bin liner flew past. Not a car. Not even a bin liner. It was so breezy. And he talked to his mate. They said, what was it? His mate had evidently been followed down the street by the tornado, right? Before, presumably, he went behind his gate and shot it and the tornado bounced off. What was it like? Ow! Ow! He said, ow. It was horrifying. He said it was like being followed down the street by a giant carrot. Not a whirling funnel of death. A giant carrot. I ate vitamins.
Thank you very much, Chris. Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask you to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the Prince of Wales.
Good God, it's Margaret Beckett, isn't it? From the First Labour government. You know, I'm beginning to wonder how recent this footage actually is. Oh, no, I'm here training the box. It's odd. Mummy normally gives me a Twix and a lump of organic cheese. Still, never mind. Stick that on eBay. So this, sir, will be your driver, Dave. Hello, Dave. I love you. So you drive this, do you? Yes, I bet you've got a tale or two to tell.
Yeah, well, actually, it has been hairy a couple of times.
I bet it is. Yes. Do you know, I quite fancy doing your job.
Yes, and I quite fancy doing your job.
Well, that's not going to fucking happen, is it? Can I have a go?
No, I'm afraid it's against regulations.
Is it? Is it? Now, Dave, think very carefully. Yes, I think that's the right answer. Nobody wants to be force-fed organic biscuits. Anyway, let's have some fun. This is an impression. This is the British economy. It's going backwards. Yes, I know. Don't worry, I understand about trains. Now, tell me, Dave, can this go sideways?
Backwards and forwards. Just backwards and forwards. Why don't we just concentrate on driving the train? So just push the lever forward if you could.
It's a lever, is it? I thought it was an enormous licorice all-sort. What do? Just push it forward, do I? Oh, yes, look, we're going. Well, this is a piece of piss, Dave. I'm stealing a living. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, my arm's stuck. I think, hang on, Dave, my arm's locked. David, my arm. Dave, my arm, I can't stop. My arm's locked. His arm's locked. My arm's locked. I can't. Oh, my God, where are the brakes? Where are the brakes? They're out of control. I can't stop it. Got you there, didn't I, Dave?
Well done, you got us. Now we play a round called Thief of Baghdad. This game involves Ed, Jack, Andy and Russell, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is where we test our performers' stand-up skills. We spin our news generator. It settles on a topic and anyone can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. The winners are the people I judge to produce the funniest stuff. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. First subject is sleep. Edbert.
Does anyone here sleep with someone who snores? Yes. Well, I envy you, because I lie awake next to someone who snores. My wife snores terribly, and part of what keeps me awake is lying there going, how do you sleep through this? I can't sleep through it, I'm only next to it. The noise is inside your head. And how come you can sleep through that? But the sound of me making a sandwich in our kitchen, that wakes you up. There is no way me making a sandwich makes more noise than you're making right now. She snores. So she said the cutest thing to me one time, though. She says, do I not sound like a kitten purring? Bless. No. You sound like a cat drowning in porridge. If I had a kitten made that noise, I'd put it down. Apparently she had her nose broken a couple of times when she was a kid. Didn't teach her, she's still bleeding snoring.
Thank you very much, Ed. OK, let's spin the wheel again. Subject is health. Andy Parsons.
With flu jabs now, what they do, don't they, is they put a little bit of flu into you to help you combat the flu. I was thinking by that argument, surely you should be able to have the odd cake to help you fight obesity. Because let's face it, you can do too much exercise, can't you? You know, did you see Madonna's arms? They didn't look right, did they? It's like half human, half Terminator. Of course, that's the problem when you're always picking up small African children going, no, no, no.
Thank you very much, Andy. OK, the leads are Russell and Jack. Let's spin the wheel. The next subject is television. Who wants to come into that? Jack.
I get very frustrated with pretty much everything on television. I find adverts at the moment particularly annoying, like the banking adverts, because they're trying to portray bankers as being nice people. Like, they've got this one at the moment for, like, a mobile bank that travels around the country, and you walk in and there's your friendly local bank manager acting like a hairdresser, like, nattering away. You know, you walk up to the till, it's like, oh, how was your holiday? I went camping. Oh, why did you go camping? Because you lost all of my money! Decided the only option I've got is just to not watch TV at all, because everything annoys me. And I've got quite a lot of people that pressure me into doing that as well. Like my dad, he's quite old-fashioned. He's always saying, you don't need to watch television. You should do other things, better things, more edifying things. Don't watch TV, Jack. You should read. Read the great novels. They're entertaining, they're educational. Even read the Bible. The Bible is engrossing. It's enthralling. The stories of Jesus, they're encapsulating, they're invigorating. I'm like, no, Dad. If I wanted to be entertained by 12 people sat round a table trying to impress some bearded Jewish know-it-all that thinks he's some kind of deity, I will watch The Apprentice.
Thank you very much, Jack Whitehall. OK, Russell, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. That's fitness.
Could have been camel toes. Now, I was in the gym the other day. I was in a locker room, and a 5-year-old boy ran in and jumped into a locker. Now, sometimes you know you're just going to have an incident, right? You could hear him in there giggling, and you knew what he was going to do. He was going to jump out and scare his mates, because his mates appeared seconds later, like, where's Stephen gone? Where's Stephen? He was near a minute ago. This is most irregular. And he waited, not for his mates, but for 3 huge naked men. It was fantastic. They were kind of walking past, and this little kid leapt at those men like a cat with rabies. It was incredible, right? Just from nowhere, the noise they made, I've never heard a noise like it. They sounded like a tugboat getting molested. It was like, His long-suffering dad is in the showers, obviously heard this and went, that'll be my bloody boy! Ran back, confronted this glowing hellbeast and went, Stephen, what have I told you about acting up in public? And this little kid cut his dad down with one very simple sentence. Dad, your willy's moving? You're just there going, oh, the world is a better place.
Thank you very much, Russell. At the end of that round, the points go to Ed and Jack.
Anyone have the correct answer?
Yes. This is Donald Trump, and he's here for a NATO summit.
Absolutely right. Thank you very much. Cheers. Yes, this is US President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania. This is the news that the Trumps visit the UK this week for the 70th anniversary NATO summit held in London. Were you following the summit?
Oh, avidly.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
Everyone was only allowed 4 minutes to speak.
Yes.
Presumably they had a Mock the Week buzzer to...
They did. And then at the end, Nish Kumar came on, they threw bread at him.
I probably had 3 hours at a hotel in Watford, didn't they? And I thought, if anything's going to make you reach for the nuclear button, it's going to be 3 hours in Watford. Staring out the window going, what are we even protecting? You know, the Harlequin shopping centre.
To be fair to Watford, the Harry Potter experience is quite close to Watford, but the only reason they didn't have it there is Boris was worried he'd be mistaken for a fat Malfoy.
I once had the walk from Watford from the train station to the theatre where you do your show there, Watford, and I wrote down 5 different nightclub names because they were all amazing. Watford has, I can't remember all of them, but I remember the one called Prism. With a Y, P-R-Y.
Oh, class, that's classic.
Full I mean, Scrabble scores huge on Prism.
Can we all go up for that?
No, I don't like it that much.
The amazing thing is that they had it at Watford, this, like, golf resort hotel, which is just, it's so incongruent. That's, like, one posh thing and one shit thing. I might as well have done it at Monte Carlo Leisure Centre.
It's nice to have it at a golf hotel with Trump there. He's going to be so easily distracted.
It has to be.
With golf right in front of him. It's like trying to have a meeting with David Cameron at a hog roast.
But they've got to have it in Watford. Try getting a table for 29 in London this near Christmas. You got no chance. You'd have to go to Wagamama's at 9 a.m.
Why are we hosting this? Like, we're falling apart. We're having a general election.
Yeah.
It's nearly Brexit. The royal family's gone off the rails. Why are we hosting? It's like going to someone's house for Christmas. It's kind of boring. She's just... Her husband's left her. The boiler's packed up. She won't stop crying. Let's go round there for lunch.
How did tensions affect the schedule for the summit?
Macron said that NATO was brain dead.
Yeah.
Right, and then the Turkish president said, actually, no, it is you who is brain dead. So I'm mad that these are, like, the biggest leaders in the world. And the argument is still, I know you are, but what am I? We are 2 steps away from the Turkish president going, look, we're all being a bit immature. I think the way to solve this is dickhead says what? Yeah.
What are the policies that they mentioned?
There's a policy for the unemployed, which is it's a great policy. What happens is if you can't find a job, you've got to clean up litter or feed old people, which is kind of offensive to old people that they've said they're the worst 2 jobs.
What you would need to do, actually, is get one half of the job list to pick up litter and the other half of the job list to drop the litter. And that way, you've got twice as many people busy and you're not robbing anyone of employment.
There is a big issue about the employment of wombles after this.
They've all come over from Bulgaria anyway.
No one wants to be made unemployed. It's a horrible thing. I mean, to be handed a clock and shown the door, especially if you work for Al-Qaeda.
Other plans that the long-term unemployed would pick up litter, and that also that they would... How often do they have to go to the job centre?
Well, every day.
Every single day.
And I think if you're going to go to the job centre every day, you might as well give them a job in the job centre.
And the Help to Buy scheme. The Help to Buy scheme.
I'm in favour of home loans, but I think it was a bit formulaic by Home Loans 3.
Like he was like 19 or something.
Yeah.
It was like, we're all going off on holiday. Yeah, right, I'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
The problem is I don't think most people understand all this stuff. I think if you want to appeal to people, it needs to be more simple. Like, I would probably pay a bit more attention if one of the policies was all fire alarms just start off by going, psst, your toast is just a bit burnt. And then I'd go, oh, right, this guy knows what he's talking about. Or if the government made plug sockets higher so you didn't have to bend over as much. Yorkshire puddings with every meal, yes, Graham. This stuff, I just get confused. Too many numbers, too many people. I don't know what's going on.
I look forward to some of you, because you...
I thought this was Buzzcocks.
What health U-turn has the government made this week?
It's on cigarette packaging. They were planning to say that cigarettes were going to have to come in plain white packets.
In Canada, and they have the photographs on the packets as well, but they also have in the French provinces, in Quebec, they've got it in both English and in French, the health warnings. And I bought a packet of cigarettes, and on one side it said cigarettes cause cancer, and on the other side it said le cigarette cause le cancer. Was that really entirely necessary? If it wasn't for that le, and then like the French people, there is no le, they could not be talking to us. I will smoke with impunity.
If you want to put people off smoking, just make 1 cigarette in every packet explosive. How about that? Or genetically modify cigarettes so that as you smoke them, they go, help, I'm shrinking, I'm shrinking!
It's like the government's Drink Aware campaign, though, is it? Who doesn't actually drink aware? Who has 4 pints of Stella, starts dribbling, punching themselves in the face, going, this has come as a complete shock to me?
On Health Matters, what is Michael Gove being encouraged to do?
Fuck off.
That's not going out.
Chris, he only asked a question, it's his job.
Oh, OK. On Health Matters, what is Michael Gove being encouraged to do?
Piss off.
Wow. It is.
Ask again! Ask again!
Bastion, if you keep asking, we can get the swearing down each time. So by the end, it's just shove off, you Nancy.
Oh, it really is the last show in the series. When are we playing Kerplunk? And
the difference
can I ask the question?
No, you've already asked it 3 times. Why don't you answer it yourself? You've got the answers.
Well, where's the point of us being here?
Now we play a round called Mock the Creek Without a Paddle. This game involves Hal and Josh, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is our stand-up challenge. I launch a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. The winner is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is the North-South divide. Hal.
The North-South divide, yes. I believe we should build a wall and make it official. I do. Obviously, you know, Northerners can build it. Well, pay for it. But it's all built on stereotypes. The assumptions are all... It's all built on stereotypes. Like, I have relatives in Grimsby who come to London and look for London to fulfil its stereotype. So they walk round going, oh, it's so unfriendly, no one chats to each other. And I say to them, why this constant need to chat? In Grimsby. I said to them, there was a little less chat and a bit more reading. Grimsby could be a cultural and economic superpower, it really could. The assumption is ridiculous, though. The assumption that everybody down south is rich is unfair. Like London, yes, very wealthy city. It's also got the biggest concentration of poverty in the UK is in London. That's a fact. Not me, thank God. God, no. Don't be silly. No. This goes tits up. Mummy bails me out. But, see, maybe that's why I've got a thing about this, because I am from a very middle-class southern family, and I am a bit of a middle-class southern twat. You know, we're one of those families that meet and everything is lovely. It's like, so how are you? Are you well? Yes, I'm lovely. Are you lovely? I'm lovely too. But we're not really lovely. We can't do confrontation, the middle classes. That's why you never see us on the Jeremy Kyle show. Ever. She's sleeping with your best mate! Well, obviously, I'm not happy about it, Jeremy. It'd be rubbish, wouldn't it? They're having a baby, she stole money off you to buy drugs. She is a bit of a character. Isn't she?
Thank you very much, Hal. Well done.
Now we're left with Josh. Let's see what you have. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is the home. Josh Whittaker.
My flatmate is kind of filling our kitchen full of all the kind of pointless things my mum has in her home now. I don't know if you've got... We've just got this tea bag saucer, the saucer for tea bags. It's a very useful item. If you haven't got it, what it is, it's a saucer that you keep halfway between your kettle and your bin. And it's basically for when you make a cup of tea and then you get the tea bag, look across at the bin and go... I mean, that's a journey, isn't it? I mean, that's 3 or 4 yards. I mean, I need a stop-off. That's like driving to Leeds. I could drive timeless. Then you walk halfway, put your tea bag down, go back, pick up your cup of tea and walk past the bin and out the kitchen. All we've done is create a kind of tea bag death row. That's all we've done. We've got our tea bag saucer on our breakfast bar. If you haven't got a breakfast bar, what it is, it's an extra yard of sideboard. And it's for eating your breakfast. So when you wake up in the morning, you want to eat your breakfast, but you think, bloody hell, it's too early for a table, isn't it? I mean, I can't handle one of them until lunchtime. I mean, what I want is something slightly higher and less comfortable. That's what I'm looking for here. There's one thing I don't want to eat at 8 a.m. It's a bar. That is the reason I feel so shit in the first place.
Well done to both of you. At the end of that round, points to both of you. Come on back.
With a round called Headliners, here's a picture from this week's Lib Dem conference, but what does CDCR stand for?
Is it Clegg's dandruff causes riot?
Is it Clegg demands cardboard rain?
Is it Cameron dies, Clegg rejoices?
Is it Clegg displays currency remaining?
Is it because they're in Liverpool? Is it, in fact, calm down, calm right down?
Is it Celine Dion combusts reaction?
I'm going to go for Clegg, David Cameron's rent boy.
Small amount of skirting around the issue which Kevin has cut through quite dramatically.
Is it Cranberry's definite cystitis remedy?
Why would they use that photograph? I don't understand. How bad was Clegg's cystitis before that?
I don't know, but it must have been pretty bad. I mean...
I've got it, Dara.
Yeah.
Is it conference disco concludes with river dance?
No, what is the correct answer?
Is it Clegg defends coalition rule?
Indeed it does. Well done. Thank you very much. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Clegg defends coalition role. This is the news that the Lib Dem leader Nick Clegg has faced criticism at the Lib Dem conference from party activists who are plagued by self-doubt and anxious about the party's future. But he's defended his role in the coalition and told party members to hold their nerve. How have the Lib Dem party members been reacting?
Oh, they're furious. They've been shaving their beards off and wearing their sandals without their socks, and they've been writing Clegg as a traitor on the wall of the conference centre in their own hummus.
Actually, it's not how the Liberals have reacted, it's how the Conservatives have reacted. They've been watching the television all week thinking, why the work experience people got their own conference? That's the... It's not actually going terribly well for the Lib Dems, because Clegg's poll ratings now show that he is more popular with the opposition than with his own side, which makes him the Robert Greene of politics.
There's a party activist described him as a mini-me conservative when he went to it. And another party stalwart said, I would trust you with my life, but can I trust you with my party? It's a rather screwed-up sense of priorities, to be honest. It's only Lib Dems at the end of the day, you know?
But apparently it's half their support has gone, hasn't it? And they're all saying it's because they've supported these spending cuts. They're basically talking that they're spending, you know, cutting too quickly and will now go into this double-dip recession. And you're thinking, double dip? You know, that is a term that is only ever used by economists and greedy people with nachos.
If the supporters are losing, surely that's just people who came to them from Labour anyway, thinking, well, if I vote for them, I'm practically voting for Labour. So it's a very clever, tactical... What? No, wait, no! My master plan! Don't go to the... You're not allowed to... Oh, you are allowed to do that.
What's amazed me is that Nick Clegg seems to be soaking up, even though he's becoming ever more unpopular. How broken do you have to be by your former unpopularity to savour any attention, even if it's negative? That's like a fat, ugly girl being sexually assaulted behind a Lidl and then coming out and going, it's just nice to get the attention.
That is the chair Frankie sat in, isn't it?
It is. I've literally never had those thoughts before. I've been...
You're like a whimsical comedian, aren't you?
They were saying that Cameron was actually going to turn up at the conference as a sign of, you know, support. And then they realised that might be a bad idea. You know, Cameron turning up at the Liberal Democrat conference is a bit like Leona Lewis showing up at the Mobos with Nick Griffin. It's it's not really going to cut it.
I like the idea of lots of Tories sneaking into the convention going, well, we're in a coalition now, we might as well take some tuck along and have a day out. And then hear him talk about rescuing the poor and start heckling with quail's eggs. Take that, you Liberal. Have a tomato, that sunblush, you wanker. Take that in the
OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is growing up.
That's offensive. I think my parents always wanted me to be really, really grown up. Like, I remember years ago, my parents coming into my room, confiscating all my toys and saying, you're too old for teddy bears. And I was so upset, I just stormed out the house and I just drove. I'm a proper grown-up now, though, and I can tell I'm a grown-up because of my pyjamas. Like, you can all tell you're grown-ups because of your pyjamas, because, like, when you're a kid, I'd wear pyjamas that had, like, immature things on, like Disney characters and stuff like that. But now I'm a grown-up, you know, I wear pyjamas that have got more mature characters on, like the Cast of Atonement. I mean, my 11-year-old cousin, we've both got Harry Styles pyjamas, but hers say One Direction and mine say Dunkirk. Obviously, slippers is the only exception to this. Slippers only ever have grown-up characters on because it's only grown-ups who wear slippers. No child in their right mind is wearing slippers, and if your child is wearing slippers, keep your creepy Jacob Rees-Mogg child away from me. When I was growing up, all I ever wanted to be was I wanted to be an astronaut. I thought I can be an astronaut. I've only got two weaknesses, being vague and another weakness. No, I can be an astronaut, but the problem is, if you tell your teachers you want to be an astronaut, they say, no, you don't need to study that. You need to study Shakespeare. The only way you can become clever is if you study Shakespeare. That's not true. Shakespeare didn't study Shakespeare. He went on to become Shakespeare. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm just annoyed at myself because I didn't realise to be an astronaut you've got to be good at science, and I didn't listen during science, and now I don't remember any science. Like, I remember the basics. I know stuff like if you put a tooth in some milk, you will lose your job at Cravendale. But I get annoyed at what I do remember and what I don't remember, and I find it unfair. I find it unfair that for 7 years of my life I had to study physics every single week. I don't remember any physics. Yet in 2003, I saw half of Johnny English. I still remember the name Pascal Sauvage.
Thank you very much, Brad. The topic is safety. Away you go.
Just like to say to the old man who was wearing camouflage and using crutches who stole my wallet earlier, you can hide, but you can't run. Of course, these days, a lot of people are putting poison on the menu of restaurants in the hope that French people think it's fish. My dad's answer to everything was alcohol. He didn't drink, he was just very bad at quizzes. I only have access to my son on Saturdays. Well, he fell under the floorboards of a synagogue. And I would like to see a world without plagiarism. You may say I'm a dreamer. But I'm not the only one. You see, my friends, if I had a crystal ball, I'd sit down very carefully. They say that putting mud on your face is good for your skin, but I saw a sign the other day that said sewage treatment works. Trust me, it doesn't.
Now we play a round called Trump Around, Trump Around, Trump Up, and Get Down. This game involves John and James. If you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is home life. Who wants to come in that?
So, my girlfriend went away for 4 weeks to Australia, and in the run-up to her going away, she was very concerned about how we'd cope. I sort of less worried about that. I'll be honest with you, what I was mainly thinking in the run-up to my girlfriend going to Australia for 4 weeks was... Lads, down the pub! That's a pint glass, by the way. Turns out they've moved on. Their girlfriends aren't away, their kids exist. And my flat is now just turned into a blank, grief-walled cell of despair because I see it without my girlfriend in it for the first time. And so my mind just begins to fill with all the everyday things that lose their magic without her, because that's what I think love is. It's a domestic thing. The other day, she was emptying the bin, and I knew it was going to split because she doesn't buy heavy-duty bin bags because she doesn't listen to me. And she's lifting out the bin, and I can see the main sort of bulk of the refuse is staying there. Meanwhile, the bag itself is just stretching, getting clearer and clearer till it's little more than a shadow. And I think, well, that bag is going to split, but I can't tell her because I've learned. I hear this shrill cry. It's a sound that I've not heard my girlfriend make before, because I'm not much in the bedroom. And I thought, well, that bin bag split, hasn't it? Time to go and lighten the atmos with a few choice quips about why we use heavy-duty bin bags.
John Robbins. OK, that leaves us with James. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is cinema. Where you go?
Speaking of the cinema, Sarah Pascoe's an idiot. Love going to the cinema. My favourite film I ever saw at the cinema was the Eddie Redmayne classic, The Theory of Everything. I loved it. It should have been called Look Who's Hawking. That's my only criticism. No, but it's perfect. Worst part of going to the cinema is other people. Easily. I'm sitting there. King of the Jerks is behind me. This really angry man. Had a go at me at one point because I was snacking. Get over yourself, Grandad. I'll do what I like. In his defence, I was eating a big bag of fortune cookies. Cracking them open, reading them out loud. It was disruptive. It was disruptive. End of this film, man behind me goes, ugh. That's 2 hours of my life I'm not getting back. I thought, oh, got some bad news for this guy. Every hour of your life. So now you're never getting back. They're gone forever. Time is not refundable. Death is the end. And I know that because 5 minutes earlier, I'd read it in a fortune cookie.
Thank you very much, James A. Carter. James Ryan, the poet girl, John Robbins. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is race. Who wants to come on that?
I remember that day. The Interracial Arm Wrestling World Championships. I'm a white man. Thank you. I'm a white man, which means that a lot of people hate me these days. But I'm a white man, so it doesn't matter. It's the same. Not just that, I'm a young, white, middle-class, straight man. In the game of life, that is what's called a royal flush. I hit the jackpot, OK? I got lucky as shit, so everyone thinks my life is easy. Everyone thinks I've got it simple, but that's because they don't know my struggle, OK? My day-to-day, the shit I have to deal with on a daily basis. Do you know how often I'm sat in a coffee shop and someone asks me to watch their laptop for them? Just let me live my life! Yes, I am trustworthy, but don't assume that based on my appearance, OK? That is still discrimination. And yes, in this Cafe Nero, surrounded by all these mums, I'm unlikely to steal your Dell computer when I'm clearly already using a MacBook Pro. A superior laptop. But don't get too relaxed. I could just easily steal that Dell and repurpose it as a gift for someone I don't respect. Hard part for me about being those 5 things, that royal flush, is being a comedian. That's the hard part, because you're constantly told art comes from pain, right? To make great art, you've got to experience pain along the way in childhood or whatever, then harness that pain, turn it into art down the line. But I don't know the meaning of the word pain. I've never experienced any true pain. First time I even saw the word pain, I was in a patisserie.
According to Alex Salmond, it was, you know, a lot of people over 55 in Scotland voted no. In fact, both of them voted no.
The good thing about voting for an independent Scotland is once you put your X in a box, you can cut it out and use it as a little flag.
I thought it was quite lucky for Alex Salmond in some ways that he didn't actually win. Because I think if he had won, his grin might have been so big that he might have eaten himself.
It was also swung supposedly by there was a poll, wasn't there? There was one poll which put the yes ahead, and they think that was a rogue poll, didn't they?
It was a YouGov poll that was 51-49. There would be one guy in the YouGov office who's had an awkward meeting where they went, Terry, every poll, even the results, except your poll, Terry. Who did you ask? Who did you ask?
I love the phrase rogue poll because it sounds like an unwanted erection.
Actually sounds like a Daily Mail headline.
Rogue polls. Rogue polls have been ruining this country. Then they ruined Scotland. Unbelievable.
It's so embarrassing for David Cameron, just after this poll came out, then suddenly he's like, we'll give you loads of powers, honestly, and we'll give you cakes, and it's going to be amazing. Like, please stay. We're really going to look after you, I promise. It's going to be incredible. We're going to have a theme park and a roller coaster and whatever you want. Please stay, please.
And now they've tried to stay, and he's going, oh, yeah. I said a lot of things, didn't I?
What I didn't understand about the Scottish election thing was if the Scottish didn't want to be part of Great Britain, where were they going to live?
The big question which was asked on the night, and it was amazing how quickly it was asked. What was the major question people were asking then on the night?
It wasn't yes or no.
No, it very quickly became, what does this mean for England? Like, within 10 minutes, Scotland was like, oh, hang on, we're still here, you know. Let's go back down to London and ask people what it means for England. Well, this is what I think it'll mean for England. Well, what do you think? I think it'll mean this for England. And Scotland only goes, we've not even given you the results yet. We know
the Welsh have been complaining, haven't they? And it's fair enough. It was always going to be, you know, the Scots got a parliament and the Welsh got an assembly. You know, so the Scottish had a proper parliament and the Welsh, they just had a quick head count followed by singing Morning is Broken.
The Welsh are getting stroppy, actually. I was in Cardiff in Waterstones recently. I asked for Pride and Prejudice and the bloke said, I'm proud to be Welsh and I hate the English.
But it will never stop, so you get down to smaller and smaller areas, won't you, wanting power. There'll be referenda in smaller and smaller areas, and then you don't know how to... It's the question in the referendum, I guess. So in the North East, it would have... You couldn't have yes, no. It would have to be aye and no. In Essex, it would be all right and bollocks to that. And in Kensington and Chelsea, it would be no and OMG, totes defo ya.
Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is commercials that never made it to air.
Mr. Muscle loves the jobs you hate, apart from blowjobs. He doesn't do blowjobs.
I used to wash with Dove, but the feathers came off and the beak was scratchy.
Pepperami. It's a bit of an animal. I'm guessing the anus.
Four hoof marks and a large pile of poo. That's the sign of the black horse.
Megabus, the only bus company endorsed by Dara O'Brien.
Lynx, for when you want to smell like a virgin.
Are your pets so wonderful that they're actually tiring you out? Have a break. Have a shit cat.
Tesco penis extensions, because every little helps.
At Debenhams, we've kidnapped the John Lewis penguin. And if you don't shop with us, we'll kill him.
Egg collects foot shavings like a bastard.
Abby has strong teeth, boundless energy and a shiny coat. She's the best prostitute in London.
Barocca. Start the day the right way with luminous piss.
There's now a free gift at the bottom of every box of Frosties. Type 2 diabetes.
Uncle Tom's rice, like Uncle Ben's, but a bit more racist.
Crack-flavoured Pringles. Once you pop, you really can't stop.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Ah, bad luck!
The worst thing to hear on holiday.
Many of you in this safari will be wondering why I'm sprinkling you with the barbecue sauce.
Welcome to Butlins.
The plane has lost all power. Feel free to use your cell phone.
Let me feel your arm. Let me see your teeth. Take him.
Hello? This is your captain speaking. We're up.
You want a double or a single room? Double? Ramon, build a double.
In the event of the cabin decompressing, oxygen masks will drop from the ceiling and dangle in front of your blue dead faces.
From your bedroom window, you have a lovely view of the town's ageing nuclear facility.
Yes, I know you've got a restraining order out on me, but I don't think it applies abroad.
There's a bar in the swimming pool after yesterday's riot.
You must be the only person in the hotel who isn't going to the Star Trek convention.
Both of you, welcome to Scotland.
OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely things to hear on a property show.
6 months in, and Mike has fallen out with the builder. There was no window there, and neither of them noticed.
With violence and strong language from the very beginning, it's a place in the Sunderland.
Yes, it is north-facing, but on the plus side, it's a caravan, so you can just turn it round.
Get that fish out of here, it stinks. You should never leave a place in the sun.
We've just 1 hour while Gina's at the shops to improve her flat in Luton. We're setting it on fire and moving it to Oxford.
Well, it's another setback. This time the structure is damaged. And for the first time, I'm asking myself, will the Death Star ever be finished?
And more information on how to get together a deposit for a house can be found in our free leaflet, When Will Nana Die?
So, you bought it at auction for £100,000, but what exactly are you going to do with Middlesbrough?
Well, what we've done is we've knocked the wall between the kitchen and the lounge down, and what that's done is killed all the people who were sitting in the lounge.
The kitchen's done in a very modern style. We call it crack den.
We're looking at a well-equipped council house in Hull. Fridge, oven, washing machine. In fact, this is one of the nicest gardens we've seen.
This week on Grand Designs, my gran designs a house. It'll be shit. She's got terrible arthritis and not even a rudimentary qualification.
3 coats of varnish and a new rug, and Brucey is ready for his next show.
Welcome to the 74-hour-long obsessive-compulsive episode of How Clean Is Your House?
Knock it down, tarmac it, fuck 'em.
OK, here we go. The first subject is lines you wouldn't hear in a sci-fi film.
We've discovered an alien queen, and she's laid enough eggs to take over the galaxy. This writing, it says, Katona.
I am C-3PO. This is my cousin, WD-40.
All right, Chewie, you look different after that back sack and crack wax.
My name is Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is my brother, Oh Be Careful, my sister, Oh Behave, my dog, Oh Be a Sport.
Use the Force, Luke. I've run out of lubricant.
Yeah, that's right. We aliens have learnt your language by listening to your radio broadcasts.
The androids are going berserk, Captain. Let's try switching them off and then on again.
Stardate 2171.6. Captain's log. Still won't flush. I'll try again later.
Vader, you look like a big black dildo.
Captain, I've been repeatedly firing this laser at that alien, but all I've managed to do is improve its eyesight and give it a Brazilian.
It's not easy being a Vulcan, Captain. Due to my death grip, I can't masturbate.
Had that hairball in there for years.
You're loving Chewie. I need to break into the Death Star's computer system. Who knows Darth Maul's mother's maiden name?
Captain, the ethereal sounds being made by this beautiful dying creature from another world is some funky shit.
The answer is £100 a day. What is the question?
Is it according to the Sun, how much does the average beggar make a day?
You're ruining by saying a day when it's already got a day in the answer.
Okay. Is it? Let me just check. Let me have another crack at that
Your
one.
repetition of a day.
Ed's like
say it without a day and I'll watch.
What's happening?
Well, I was just about
Hang on a
to.
minute. Ed's turned into like the Microsoft paperclip. He's trying to write his letter. You're doing it wrong.
Are you doing a list?
According to the Sun, right, what does a beggar earn?
But we are apparently in the middle of a countryside crime wave. Have you seen this?
If I lived in a country, I'd be delighted if someone did a crime, because I'd be bored out of my mind. Thank God you've turned up with a shotgun to steal my rhubarb. Could you kill me on the way out?
Some bloke sold rhubarb from an allotment. You have to
tag it.
Just
Why don't they tag it?
Imagine the phone call. Just some deranged. They've taken it. It's gone. My prize-winning marrow. Is there no God? You have. Surely you have
could
to
just
feel
put rhubarb down his sleeves and then go.
Had I been there, you can't ever feel sorry for the. That's the lowest rung of criminality, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Let me finish. Just. I'm going to kill myself here.
Beautiful. Vintage Mock the Week. He brought up the subject just so someone else could do a joke on it. Surely he might have been working towards a punchline. You ignorant.
Jesus. Can we get a higher chair for the joke umpire?
I have a feeling the Microsoft paperclip's taken some cocaine. But... I like it.
That's great. Little animation of the paper go. Good, yeah. That's a really good letter.
The point I was going to make is, surely, right, fellas, but surely, if you're a bank robber, you're sexy, you're dangerous, you can get diamonds for your lover. If you steal from allotments, what hope have you got, you know? You've got dirt underneath your fingernails. All you have to offer is broccoli. You know?
Hey, a woman who's going to have sex for broccoli is going to be dirty.
I was wondering if one of the reasons they were trying to steal...
Wouldn't that be... Hang on, sorry to interrupt you, Andy, but wouldn't that be the...
Frankly, I wish to go on the record and say I have now lost control. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. And the first subject is health. Ed Campbell.
So, in the last 3 years, I've lost 6 stone in weight. Cheers. No, too late. A lot of audiences like to clap, they like to whoop, they like to cheer. You guys just went with staring, and that is absolutely fine. That's all right, that's fine. I think I might have made a mistake as well, because I'm not as happy now. I thought health would equal happiness. Turns out the happiest moments of my life were just me, sat on the sofa, in my pants, laughing through a mouthful of cake. I'm a more worried person now. I think, am I eating the right thing? Am I exercising enough? I went for a run the other day. I accidentally swallowed a fly. I had to Google how many calories is a fly. 6 per serving, if you're wondering. Weirdly now, I feel like an undercover fat person who's been secretly sent into the lair of the thin people to gather information on what those crazy villains are doing. And then I feed it back to the fat people. You got to feed it back. We eat anything. So I'm in there just going, what are these thin people up to? What's going on? Oh, interesting. That guy's got a packed lunch, but he's actually eating it at lunchtime.
have never seen that before. He's not just made it in the morning and then eaten it on the bus on the way to work. And then bought chips at 1. That is intriguing resolve. Ah, they're using phrases I've never heard before. Things that only thin people say. I think I've got some biscuits. I'll just go and check. Who's living their life like that? Who buys biscuits and then forgets that they exist? That is unacceptable. I'm so deep undercover, I've met the bosses of the thin mafia. People who don't even like food that much. You go, oh, no, I'm not really a food person, you know. No, it's not. It's more of a fuel, isn't it? It helps me get through the day. If you don't like food, then what are you thinking about all of the time?
Thank you very much, Gambo. First topic is health.
I had to have my penis looked at. By a doctor. I didn't just wake up one morning and go, oh, more people should be looking at this, quite frankly. I used to spend an hour a day at my bedroom window with it pressed up against the glass. It was a scary experience having to go to the doctors. I thought I should build up the courage to get down there and have it looked at. Well, I went in there, my courage flew out the window like a little bird. Because as soon as I went in there, I found out that the doctor who I had an appointment with was a lady doctor. Now, I obviously don't have a problem with ladies being doctors. In fact, give them the vote, that's what I say. But there is a worry if there's a lady poking around down there. In that context, what if your nethers decide, ooh, think it's time to go to work? Luckily, then, I remembered I'm not an Alsatian whose lipstick pops out at the slightest whiff of an undercarriage. I needn't have worried because she was a good doctor, she was a great doctor. She put me at ease straight away using one word. This is what she said. She said, OK, Mr Gamble, just go behind that curtain there and pop it out for me. There's the word pop. Now, pop is a lovely word. As soon as I heard that word, I knew everything was going to be fine because she was not expecting anything big in that area at all. Because the word pop is reserved for very small things. No one has ever said, come in, help me, pop the elephant in the van, have they? So I was relaxed. Better than me going in there and her saying, OK, just heave yourself out your trousers for me. Just haul yourself out the front of your trews. Just swing yourself over in my direction. Maybe I can bring out this Shire horse and he can drag your junk over towards my workstation. Or open this corner cupboard and bring out a team of pantomime dwarves who can shoulder your meat and waddle it over towards me like pallbearers at a weird circus cock funeral. Thank you.
Good job. And the first topic is relationships. Ed.
So I've just moved in with my girlfriend. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Cheers, thanks for the support, Mum. That's good of you. It's good, it's exciting. The first time I've lived with a girl, obviously we're finding out a lot more about each other that we didn't know before. What I found out about her is she's kinder, funnier, more sensitive than I ever realised. What we've both found out about me is I am a terrible, terrible prick and so difficult to live with. Because it turns out I am a tidy person. I didn't realise. I thought I was normal. But apparently it is not normal to have a favourite J-cloth. She is a messy, messy lady. She is unbelievable. She's laid back, no worries. She says that a lot. No, who has no worries? Are you dead? Are you a robot? What's wrong with you? You should wake up, worry, go to bed. That is a full day as far as I'm concerned. She genuinely said this out loud the other day. Hakuna Matata. And I'm starting to think the actual Swahili translation of that is doesn't hoover. Because there is underwear everywhere. This is an odd side effect of living with a girl that I did not fully anticipate. I no longer find women's underwear sexually titillating in any way whatsoever. Because I used to be able to just see underwear and that was enough to get me excited. Didn't have to be a woman in it. Just be a bra on the floor and I'd go, ooh, boobs were there. That's enough. Now, nothing like that. I see a pair of knickers now, it's just something the remote control might be under.
Well done, Obama. Very good. And the topic is diet.
I hope this isn't just a hint that I need to lose weight. Because I've lost quite a lot of weight recently. Anyway, I've lost about 6 stone in the last 3 years. Cheers, guys. Thanks. I mean, no. Too late. You went with the British reaction. Thank you very much. Just couldn't give a shit, mate. Carry on. We don't... Stop showing off. We don't want to hear about it. Found myself in a bit of a nightmare situation recently. I went to the Middle East to do some gigs. Now, that bit was nice, that was lovely, but they put you up in a hotel where the food is all-you-can-eat buffets 3 times a day for 10 days. Now, this is a nightmare scenario for me because I cannot be trusted at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Sometimes I don't even remember the buffet bit. All I remember is picking up a plate and I'll wake up 6 hours later covered in rice and sauce. And I can't theme a buffet. I can't theme a buffet either. I won't pick up a plate and go, oh, I'll have some rice, I'll have some curry. Well done, Ed, you've made yourself an Indian meal. Won't do that. I'll get a plate, I'll get a spoon, and I'll run along the full line of trays, just scraping food from every nation onto it until I've got some sort of plate Pangea, just an unidentifiable mass, just Spanish food, Japanese food, Chinese food, Indian food, coffee, sushi, just horrible. Just wedge my face into it, everyone going, is that man all right? Don't look at me! I'm having a buffet! Just food from all over the world. My body for 10 days had no idea where I was on this planet. I went for a shit 3 days in, a UN flag came out.
And the first subject is parenthood. Who wants to come in on that? Ed.
I've been thinking recently that I should maybe have a baby, but I've thought about it and definitely not. Couldn't handle that amount of responsibility, something that precious, it's terrifying. You know, I've got friends who've just had a baby and they offer that thing round like a plate of biscuits. Do you want to hold my baby? Do you want to hold my baby? I don't want to touch your baby. That is a heart in a bag. I'm going nowhere near that thing. You wouldn't send the work experience into the boardroom, would you? Start me off at holding your uncle and I will work my way up. This is Uncle Toby, 47, from Swansea. Don't worry about dropping me, Ed. I am absolutely shit-faced. Still can't help it. I still think I might want a baby. Like, there's just moments in life I'm just grabbing at signs from the universe. Think, oh, maybe I should have a baby. It's happened to me the other day. I was in the queue in a shop to buy a new light bulb because I'm not a student anymore. My light bulb had gone. I'm not going to sit there in the dark for 6 months. So I was in the queue, and in the queue in front of me was a man with a baby. He was a dad. You've got to give people the benefit of the doubt in that scenario. You can't go storming in going, excuse me, is that your baby? You've just got to admit it probably is, right? And on the wall, there were these light switches. They weren't real light switches. They were just, like, designer ones to show you what they would look like on the wall. And the baby was playing with them. It was going, ah-da-da-da-da-da-da, playing with them. And the dad was going, yeah, try that one. And was going, ah-da-da. I saw that. I thought, ooh, that's quite sweet. Maybe I want a baby. There's something in that tableau that I quite like. Maybe I want a baby. Am I broody? Is this brood? And then the dad walked off with the baby, and I wandered over to the light switches and started playing with them. I thought, oh, no, that's what I wanted.
Well done, Ed. The first subject is exercise. Who wants to come in on that? Ed.
I ran the London Marathon this year. Thank you. That was an absolutely amazing reception from you guys. Thank you very much. There was an awkward pause. 2 people thought, I better fill that and go, ooh, and the rest of you collectively just went with, well, we could not give a shit. Thank you very much. We saw that on television. Thousands of people did that. Also, it was in April. How about you? Move on with your life. Also, of course you ran the London Marathon. You are a white middle-class man in his early 30s. That's what you do. You're right, that is the most basic first step on the most basic posh man life ever. I can live my whole life on tracks now if I wanted to. That's how it goes. Marathon, marriage, kid, sleep with the au pair, divorce, Crocs, death. That's it. Did it for charity, because I'm a great guy. And you sort of have to. The charity I did it for was a type 1 diabetes charity. Before you think I'm too good of a human being, we'll let you know that I am type 1 diabetic, so I will see that money eventually. Very much playing the long game with that cash. Didn't actually enjoy the marathon, though, for one specific reason. Every few miles, there was groups of people stood there with blue rubber gloves on, with globs of Vaseline on the ends of their fingers, like this. Now, at the time, I had no idea that they were employed by the marathon.
You're supposed to run past them, take Vaseline, rub it on any areas of chafage. I had no idea they were supposed to be there. To me, that just looked like some sort of horrendous motivational technique. You better keep running, boy. You better pick up the pace. Otherwise, it's examination time. You got an appointment with Dr. Fingers. Thank you very much.
First topic is pensioners. Who wants to come in on that? Frankie Boyle.
We've just heard that Britain, for the first time, has more pensioners than teenagers. What a terrifying statistic for the country's paedophiles. No wonder Gary Glitter didn't want to come back. In 20 years' time, we'll have the first generation of pensioners who can text each other. I've got Alzheimer's, man. Yeah, you told me that like 20 times already, man. To balance the economy out, what we should do, we should give pensioners more money, but only if they take up really dangerous sports. Here you go, an extra £100 a week if you start quad biking through safari parks wearing a suit made from ham. It's not how old you are physically, is it? It's how old you are mentally. I mean, my granny is, what, 83? But she has the mind of a 2-year-old. Just a joke, she's dead.
OK, let's spin the wheel again. Subject is young people. Edward.
Young people, they're very scary, aren't they? I remember being scared of young people when I was young. But when I'm grown up, I'll be bigger than them and I won't be scared of them anymore. And then they armed themselves, which I felt really unfair. I'm not scared of, like, goths or emos, which is kind of a shame, because goths make more of an effort to look scary. It's almost a shame they're not scary. They make more of an effort, and they give that look. Like that, does my vampiric countenance not chill you to your bones? You're like, no. Like I said, one hoodie in there, it'll be like a dog worrying sheep. Don't annoy me. Getting stepped to by an emo. You're an emo, for God's sake. I think between the two of us, we both know who you're most likely to harm.
Well done, Edburn. OK, that leaves us Stuart and Russell. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is relationships. Who wants to come in on that? Russell.
Britain, I have sexual advice for you. That's right. When I was 18, I used food in the bedroom. Now, don't ever do it. It didn't go well, right? Rather than... I used Rolo yoghurt. And rather than tell... Yeah, exactly, right? Rather than tell my then-girlfriend what I had planned, I pretty much waited for her like some hideous yoghurt goblin, right? Now, I doubt there's anything more terrifying than coming home to find me naked, holding yoghurt, going, yeah, right? And I panicked, and rather than putting a little bit on, I pretty much basted her, right? By the time I'd finished, she looked a bit like Morph. You're sat there. I created an angry meal. You don't know where to start licking. You don't want to lick randomly, then she looks like she's got an illness. So, I did foot up to knee. That took me an hour. And hours, I was just... She looked like an angry gingerbread lady who'd had her leg dipped in Tippex, right? It didn't end there. I was I can't help you. The door opened, one of my dogs ran in and started licking the other leg. Never use food in the bedroom.
Thank you very much, Russell Howard. So that leaves us with Stuart. Let's have a look at the last topic then. And the topic is family. Stuart.
Before I rock the microphone, I want to I want to dedicate my performance to my father, who was a roofer. So, Dad, if you're up there. I'll tell you about my family. I'm the youngest of three. My parents are both older, and I have mixed-race parents. My father prefers the 100 meters, and my mother's Pakistani. I was raised by my father. My mother left before I was born. And you know, I like being raised by my father. He's schizophrenic, but he's good people. I remember one summer I was 5 and he was Mussolini. Went to the park that day. I love parks. Standing in the park today wondering, why does a Frisbee appear larger the closer it gets? And then it hit me. My uncle's a hypnotist who has never inappropriately touched me. I have to leave now. I'm a member of Overactors Anonymous, and we have an Overactors Anonymous meeting that starts in...
I did that round. The points go to Frankie and Stuart. Commercials that never made it to air.
Come to Treagle Mills. We got peacocks and everything.
We've got surprises in store. The escalator's broken and the staff know fuck all.
Dignitas. It's not au revoir.
Have you had an accident that wasn't your fault and has ruined your life? Next time, use Durex.
Try uniform dating, because with the way government cuts are going, pretty soon it could be the quickest way to get a policeman to your house in an emergency.
If you can find it cheaper anywhere else, tell us and we'll burn their shop down.
The DFS sale has ended.
Have you been injured whilst doing voluntary work? Well, it's your lookout, isn't it?
The Dyson hand dryer. The perfect way to drown out the sound of somebody having a shit.
Papa? Papa? No, I'm sorry, Nicole, we've lost him.
Buy little wine, because poor people shouldn't have to drink cider.
Steven Gerrard drinks Lucasade. This has been a Red Bull commercial.
News International. When you talk, we listen.
To qualify for second meerkat toy, Alexander has invaded Ukraine.
Milk. Try and forget it came out of a cow's tits.
Have you booked Joe Hart to advertise your product? Have you paid for advertising space until the end of the World Cup? Then you may be entitled to compensation.
At the end of the points go to Josh, Angela and Andy. Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Olga, which category would you like?
Politics.
OK, politics it is. The answer is 29. What is the question?
How many Tories joined the leadership contest since the beginning of this recording?
Is it how many years has Theresa May aged in the last year?
Is it how many seconds Ed took to choose that shirt?
I'm sorry, I'm getting fashion tips from a man who has a shop at Big and Tall and someone from Victorian times.
Do me.
You don't want me to go there, Glenn.
I just thought I was having a bit of laddie bounce. This is what people do all the time on these sorts of shows.
And then
it's always about the banter.
And then I throw it back at you. That's how laddie bands work.
Do I have to throw it back again?
No, it's fine, please. You repeated use of the word laddie band sounds like a Scottish singer from the 60s.
I would definitely have the recording.
Living in Hogmanay, the musical stylings of laddie bands. Oh, Glasgow, I love you.
Is it the number of seconds it takes Dara to go through hair and makeup before the show?
Go on, Dara, say something horrible back to him.
Horrible.
Dara, call him a Lego figure geography teacher.
Go on, Dara.
I'm just saying, when you brush it all forward, it's clearly obvious. No. Does anyone have the correct answer?
Yeah. Is it how many weeks after we leave the EU will we politely ask to join again?
Is it how many boobs my brother brags to have touched?
I mean, you really... How many boobs have my brother bragged to? You've really beat yourself up.
It's just funny because it's not a number, so he only touched one. Yeah.
Is it...
14 pairs and then the rogue one.
These are the boobs I love! I literally know the least about boobs on this whole panel.
Show your... Do your mime again.
Boobs I love. Is that laddie bounce? I think that's more what I do when I do a safety chop, actually. You chop an onion with that.
Where's the knife? Where's the knife?
The knife is imaginary in my hand.
No, I know.
Like the boobs were previously.
Honestly, it was so good I saw the boob.
And so when you safety hold the boob, does that mean that you can then put your other hand in without danger? Yourself?
I was talking about chopping onions.
I thought it was a stance with an onion stance.
Yes, rather than touching boobs, both of which do make me cry. Is it how many? Are we doing it now?
Yeah, we are.
I think we've had our fun. But when I've got to talk about boobs, you know we're running dry.
When you talk about boobs, I'm running dry.
Pretty sure you're looking for the one-armed man.
To be honest, should we not wait for Adam to put his foot back?
Yeah. Probably should have done that one last, really.
Problem.
I kind of backed myself into a corner. Quick impression, Heather Mills in the morning.
I could not stop looking at that then. Was that really weird? I don't know why, I was just like, ah, the leg, look at the leg. I don't know what I was thinking, just the leg. I wanted to touch the leg.
It was a nice joke to do, but I think most of you kind of went, ah!
The thing is, we all know Adam's only got one leg, everyone else does now. He's hurting himself!
OK.
I think you're looking for the bloke with one leg.
The Met Office have issued a weather warning. They've told the weather not to do that again or there'll be trouble.
Temperatures could rise to 31 degrees. Shit, I've left my baby in the car!
And finally, a warning to hay fever sufferers. Don't come sneezing near me or I'll rip your face off.
So, here's the summary. Monday shite, Tuesday shite, Wednesday shite, Thursday bollocks.
The humidity's rising. The barometer's going low. Tonight, for the first time, just about 10:30, it's going to start raining men.
The outlook's bright for the weekend. I've got 3 grams of coke in my pocket and my wife's on holiday.
Well, let's go to Carol on the roof of Television Centre. She's not meant to be there. She's just a bit depressed.
This part of the country is going to stay hot and wet for quite some time because that's where my girlfriend lives. Oh, yeah.
So, it's going to be between 17 and 21, but Berlusconi won't date older than that.
It was raining cats and dogs last night.
I should know. I was throwing them off my roof.
It's going to be -12 this weekend, so if you're in Newcastle, you might need a bigger T-shirt.
It's going to be cloudier tonight. I love those German birds.
What do you care what the weather's going to be like? You look shit in all your clothes.
She felt every part of his 8 inches. He was stiff, absolutely wretched, and even in her innocence, she knew her hamster was dead.
He felt a swelling down there. Shouldn't have tried to bang a beehive.
He took her hand in his and squeezed it. Now, he thought, I wonder where the rest of her body is.
I want to role play. I'll be a prince from a mythical land, and you be your sister.
He looked at the tattoo of Chinese writing on her back. He didn't know what it meant, but he did know she'd put out on a first date.
Jeremy Corbyn, you've got me blindfolded. What are you going to do now? Nothing. I just wanted to highlight the injustice of inmates detained at Camp X-Ray without a fair trial.
He also said, didn't he, that in this interview, that he'd lost a lot of weight over the last year.
He lost all that weight doing the 5-2 diet,
Yeah.
which is where you eat for 5 days and then you starve yourself for 2 days. And he liked it so much, he put loads of families on it.
I like the idea of Tories wandering around Manchester. So going, oh, so what, is it zone 70? I've been up here before. Chips and gravy, you got any jus?
Have you ever seen Ian and Duncan Smith in the same room?
Have you, for the last one, thought they were a double act?
It's obviously some kind of benefit scam.
I'll just sign this for Duncan Smith as well.
It sounds like it's a nickname, doesn't it? Like Ian Duncan. How'd you get that then? He loves a biscuit, doesn't he? Stashing them, mate. Hobnobs. Covered in hobnobs, he is, aren't Ian?
It sounds like Ian Duncan used to work as a plasterer or something. Yeah. Oh, he used to work down the sides. Yeah. Oh, Duncan Smith. That's what he called Ian.
We lost that contract, the amount of biscuits he ate.
Yeah, leave it at Duncan. I really can't do an English accent, I apologise.
Was that an English accent?
Yeah, it was.
Leave it at Duncan.
Yes.
Oh, don't go and do that to me. No, not now, not with the biscuits.
Oh, Duncan.
Get out there, apples and pears, man.
Oh, I'll be getting all this for my trouble and straw. Our next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, what's going on here?
Is it
Murray showing Tim Henman how bath time is different.
Is Andy Murray going to be cryogenically frozen and then brought back when Novak Djokovic has retired?
Sorry, Andy! I know what it is. Andy's from Scotland. They don't get too much sun over there. He's enjoying the reflection of the trophy.
I'm assuming that's the picture he's put on eBay.
He looks like a centaur. He looks like his legs bend backwards in that bath. That must be why he covers the court so quickly. If his legs backwards, you can never love me, my friend.
He always plays on Centaur Court.
Bravo.
That trophy, you could fit your head inside. Have you toyed with putting your head in the trophy and playing Nightmare?
Oh, my God, amazing.
I haven't, actually, no.
When you get home, you are going to have the time of your life!
Have you put the baby in the trophy? Have you put the baby in the trophy? You've surely put the baby in the trophy.
She doesn't fit.
Oh, it's a baby.
We tried, but...
That's I'm delighted to hear it. Of course you had it.
I have a difficult... Congratulations, by the way, Mr. That's what you say before you dig into someone. I have difficulty appreciating tennis because every point and every set and everything you do in tennis is in silence and absolute concentration. Right? You know how many goals Jamie Vardy would score if people just shut up before he kicked the ball? No? Yes? No?
I feel you've not been watching Andy, who has a distinctive monologue running. This is not a man who hides his emotions. This is going so badly.
What he does is he invites people...
But now it seems to have turned. Yes, it's turned. Now it's gone badly again. I've lost that point. Jesus, it must be exhausting being Andy Murray.
There's people in your box that you've invited, and then you just shout at them. Do you know what, mate? Unlucky, but you're about to get a taste of your own medicine. You Scottish... No, I'm not.
I'd love you to come on.
Why are you doing this to me? Why did you make me do this, Mum? Sorry, that wasn't about you. That was just my own problem. Why is there a pineapple on top of the trophy?
Is it a pineapple? Is it a pineapple on top of the trophy?
Yeah, it's a pineapple, yeah.
Is it because you're meant to fill it with lilt? Try that tonight, after the baby. You know?
We keep presuming that they just give you this thing. Presumably the thing is now back in a safe somewhere. Do you get to have it for any period of time?
That was the last time I saw it, actually. Yeah.
Where the hell is it?
You get like
Did you turn away and then come back and what? The trophy's gone? Because this may not be the place to tell them.
We've told you the trophy has got a no nudity rule. We are taking that away from you.
This trophy has not seen a penis in 127 years. Not now. They took the trophy away. Did they give you a replica of it?
Yeah, a small one, yeah.
Can you fit your head in that one?
What can you fit in that one? No, cut the mic out. You need it. Does anyone wish to answer further questions? Sorry, the lights go down.
What are you meant to be answering?
You were supposed to actually go, what's going on here? I think we've blown the gap. We know what's going on here, right? So,
what's going on here is we're offending the only person that's done anything good in Britain this year.
That is very true.
I was going to the Paralympics and I had one of those lanyards that you have to have because I was working there, and I went for a fry-up at lunchtime, and I was sat there and the guy came over and he said, "Oh, what's that?" I said, "Oh, I'm going to the Paralympics in an hour." And he said, "Oh, what are you competing in?" A, clearly I'm not a Paralympian, and B, as if I'd go, "Well, I'll have a fry-up before I..."
The
most astonishing thing about this summer is the number of just the huge roll call of new heroes. Like, just watching Incredible Humans. David Rudisha's world record-breaking 800-metre run. That was astonishing. I just sat there watching him thinking, how does a human being learn to run 800 metres that quickly? And then you find out that he was trained by an Irish priest, and you think, yep, that would do it.
Some things don't get medals at all. I get very upset by the fact that in the show jumping and stuff, that horses don't get a medal. And in the dressage, they don't get a medal. And you look at the horse and you think, to be honest, I think the horse is doing most of the work. It's no wonder, and in the show jump, it's no wonder they knock all the fences over, because the horse is just thinking, well, what's in it for me? More even if I go clear, I won't get a single vote in Sports Personality of the Year.
It's also very difficult for them to text the number because they're big foot on the phone. It doesn't really.
It's very, very rare that they have horse voting, and generally, if they do have horse voting, the nays have it.
We're away.
That's the best joke I've heard. Now we're starting.
You get into mad sports. There's things that I didn't really know. I didn't know about the steeplechase before, but that's now my favourite race on the track. Is you just go around the track and then eventually someone puts a big fence in your way, which you have to leap over into a pool of water, and then off you go. It's like the crazy golf of the track. They should completely embrace that. I think there should be a little bit further along, there should be a windmill that you have to run through. You have to avoid the sails clattering you. Big rotating Boris Johnson head halfway down the track.
Just the mouth opening and closing.
Going, pah, 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 pah. I'm letting out athletes.
I love the open water swimming. I thought that was great, the open water swimming. But I did think it was one of the very few events that Rio are going to do better. There's a lot more stuff in the water there.
Did you actually watch the sailing at any stage?
I did.
Yeah.
It was the one that I just couldn't... I have no idea what's going on here.
Like, oh, he's in first. Oh, he's seventh. Oh, he's ninth. Oh, he's 14th. Oh, he's disqualified. No, he's back in. No, wait, he's won. He's gold. It's a silver. It's like the same row thing, like whatever. Randomly, somebody... Just you'd be watching going, oh, there he goes, and another boat would just go across like that. Oh, somebody's lost now.
I was watching the Paralympic sailing, and I thought it was quite boring until I realised I was actually watching a repeat of 3 Men in a Boat.
I did think the broadcasting was generally excellent. I mean, at no point did I think that the BBC sent people along to events whose knowledge of the sport or whose ability to communicate that knowledge was ever in doubt. It was just top quality the entire way through.
Look at the reaction of the Irish fans in attendance here at the XL Arena and what that signifies.
There's a rocket there. I can't call this. This is too tight.
Were you actually sent there by the BBC, or do you two just carry a microphone around?
You wouldn't hear on a cookery show.
You can, of course, make your own pasta if you've got too much time on your hands, you pretentious prick.
Well, while we're waiting for the rice to cook, that'll take another 5 or 6 minutes. I'm going for a poo.
So I used to be one of those chefs that shouts and swears a lot. But then I discovered oven gloves.
Today I'm using a Smeg fridge, which is just like a normal fridge that I don't clean regularly enough.
If you're having trouble whipping them up into stiff peaks, have you tried gently cupping their balls?
Welcome to Cooking
after you've come home pissed. Tonight we're doing a cup of soup that's slightly gone past its best before date. It tastes a bit better if you put some HP sauce in it.
Now, try not to drizzle too much oil on the lamb or it will wriggle free and escape.
I don't know about you, but I really love upside-down pineapple cake, or as Australians call it, pineapple cake. Or as Australian pineapples call it, the cake of death.
Well, I enjoyed this meal so much when I had it in a Parisian restaurant that I asked the chef what it was called. So this is my own version of fuck off English.
These ginger nuts are soft and chewy, and I can't stop going back for more. And the rest of the honeymoon is pretty good too. Love, Megan.
Mary Berry is quite critical of this soggy bottom, but to be fair, in this kind of heat, it's kind of unavoidable.
Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Pins! So this one, you just stick it in the oven, turn up to 190, have a nap. When the smoke alarm goes off, it's done!
Well, you may be wondering, what is the perfect accompaniment to a Scotch egg? Simple. Scotch sperm.
Now, my wife absolutely loves street food, but that's probably because I married a pigeon.
Now, normally for this recipe, I like to use pork lardons, but my producer doesn't listen, so I spent the entire morning making some pigs very happy.
So today, I'm going to be making banana wine, and I'm going to be pressing the skins with my bare feet.
This week we're going to be tackling that very difficult dish, which is the potato waffle that fell out of the packet months ago and has been stuck in the ice. First thing we need is a very sharp knife.
Hello, I'm Nigella Lawson, and welcome to the non-innuendo cookery hour, where we'll be teaching you how to cook, dick, wank.
Now we play a round called Mock the 9 o'clock News. This game involves Zoe, Stuart, Andy and Russell, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is where we test our performance stand-up skills. We spin our news generator, it settles on a topic, and then you can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. The winners are the people I judge to produce the funniest stuff. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is finance. Can I have a volunteer to talk about that? Andy.
British Airways, their answer to the credit crunch, they've asked their employees, can you come into work for nothing for a month or take a month off unpaid? There's a tricky choice, isn't there? And who is going to want to fly British Airways? The last thing you want to hear when you get on the plane, this is your captain speaking. I'm not being paid today. Good luck. I am looking forward to seeing the credit crunch version of Monopoly. You know, instead of getting £1,500 from the bank, you have to lend the bank £1,500. And then everybody keeps on going round the board with nobody buying any property whatsoever, because they always think it's going to be cheaper next time they go around.
Well done, Andy. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is Sarah Palin. Who wants to talk about that?
Sarah Palin. She was apparently an ex-beauty queen of a town in Alaska called Wasilla. And the press were very keen on this. They kept saying, you know, the beauty queen, Sarah Palin, the ex-beauty queen, the beauty queen, Sarah Palin. Let me tell you something, people. Wasilla is a very, very small town. Population 8, possibly 9,000 people at the best of times. To call it a one-horse town is to over-exaggerate the number of horses in that town by one. They timeshare a horse with another shithole down the road. Now, my brother used to live in Anchorage, Alaska, and I have been to Wasilla, and in the 5 minutes it took us to drive across Wasilla, I was voted beauty queen of Wasilla. It was no big deal, honestly. An otter and a caribou came second and third, respect.
Thank you very much, Joey. That leaves us with Stuart and Russell. Let's spin the wheel again. The next topic is men's health. Who wants to come in on that? Russell.
I went to the doctors recently with anal issues. I thought I had cancer, not I can't put my CDs in order. But it's a terrifying moment, right? So scary, because in your head, I'm going to die. And I went there and I took down my trousers. Obviously, we had a chat first, and it just... I'm not very well. You can see that, mate. This is a chip shop. You've never done it slower in your life. I was just peeling them down. I got them down to about there. Just heard his booming voice go, in the other room. You have a decision to make there. Do you pull them up or do you waddle with pride, right? You waddle, that's what you do. When you waddle, you can't help but giggle. The last thing you need is to be giggling is before a man's going to pop his finger in your Richard, because now you're a wiggling target, right? I'll be honest, when the finger goes in, you're not laughing anymore! You're like a red arrow! And that's the moment they chat. How you doing? Fine. When you draw the curtains, we've gathered quite a crowd. Look at that, it's Atrium Steps and he's getting violated. I'm not alone!
OK, Stuart, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is school.
You are looking at a very proud Canadian who's very proud of the education system in Canada. No, I was horrible in school. I failed math so many times I can't even count. I preferred French over chemistry because the chemistry teacher and I just didn't have any, rapport. One teacher said I'd be a better student if I spent less time flirting. I immediately jumped off his lap. One teacher used to always say I wasn't very observant, but you know what? That was his or her opinion. I was going to join the debating team, but someone talked me out of it. In high school, I was voted most likely to reminisce.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Zoe and Stuart. We start with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Holly, which category would you like?
Politics, please.
No problem. No, politics is the category. Let's have a look at the answer. 11.5 billion. What is the question?
What is the amount I stand to win if the new royal baby is called Trevor?
Is it how many laxatives is Nigella Lawson going to put in her husband's next cake?
Is it how many words are there in an iTunes terms and conditions update?
Is it how much of Eric Pickle's department agreed to cut from their biscuit budget?
Is it how many times does Berlusconi have to be found guilty before he actually goes to jail?
Wow. Is it how many times a day do I currently have to listen to Get Lucky by Daft Punk?
Is how many Tesco club card points do you need for 10p off a pack of cereal?
Is it how How much has Dara O'Brien got his legs insured for?
You've never seen them.
Yeah.
You've never seen. You know how magical they are.
Is it how many times does a former Radio 1 DJ delete his internet browsing history when the doorbell rings?
How many Ferrero Rocher has Julian Assange eaten in the last year?
Is it quite simply, think of a number?
No. Do they have the correct answer?
Yes. How much money does George Osborne want the government departments to cut in the spending review?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Chris Alistair. Thank you very much. Yes, the question I was looking for is how much money has Chancellor George Osborne agreed to cut from government departments in his latest spending review? Do we know when the spending review is supposed to kick in? When is this for?
Well, this spending review, it's essentially cuts, isn't it?
Yes.
They call it review, but they mean cuts.
Yes.
I mean, imagine we all spoke like politicians. I, in fact, reviewed my toenails this morning, but I haven't been for a hair review for some time.
The departments are all fighting about it, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They're fighting, and some departments have done worse than others. The MOD have got off quite lightly, but that's quite understandable. It's very difficult to negotiate with the MOD because they've got guns.
I dare they just walk in and just put them on the table.
Yeah.
Or spin them. That'd be particularly impressive. They said, "Oh, I'm quite happy to negotiate this."
You know what?
Pick a number.
Other departments got off really lightly. I mean, nothing happened yet again to the Ministry of Sound, and.
So that leaves us with Hal. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. Topic is nationality.
Ah, yes. Well, I'm English, obviously, which is rubbish, isn't it? No, it is. No one likes us. I follow England at rugby, at football. Everywhere we go, we get booed. Everybody else boos us. My wife, Northern Irish, boos me in bed. Absolutely. Boo, you're rubbish, get off! You English are crap! It's not all English people, it's just me. I was actually doing a gig in Scotland a couple of years ago in Glasgow, and I said to a room full of Scottish people, is it true, whenever we play football, you support the opposition? And they all went, yeah, we do. I said, you know what? We do the same to you, we just never know when you're playing. But I happen to think that sort of anti-English thing, and with Brexit, means the UK is finished. Eventually, in my lifetime, the UK is going to break up. I said I was a passionate Remainer when it came to Brexit, or Ramona, or my favourite one, a sneering member of the metropolitan middle-class liberal elite. I love being called that. I love being called elite. It makes me sound like we're like super troops, you know, that go around the area in a van, keeping it bourgeois. We all screech to a halt, we jump out, we take up our favourite yoga position immediately. That cafe's no longer serving decaf soya lattes! Destroy it! Say that word! Quinoa! It's quinoa, you bastard!
Thank you very much. Well done, Hal Crittenden. I can't slide. Points of both of you. Come on back. Let's spin the wheel. First subject is the North-South divide. How?
The North-South divide, yes. I believe we should build a wall and make it official. I do. Obviously, you know, Northerners can build it. Well, pay for it. But it's all built on stereotypes. The assumptions are all... It's all built on stereotypes. Like, I have relatives in Grimsby who come to London and look for London to fulfil its stereotype. So they walk round going, oh, it's so unfriendly, no one chats to each other. And I say to them, why this constant need to chat? In Grimsby. I said to them, there was a little less chat and a bit more reading. Grimsby could be a cultural and economic superpower, it really could. But the assumption is ridiculous, though. The assumption that everybody down south is rich is unfair. Like London, yes, very wealthy city. It's also got the biggest concentration of poverty in the UK, is in London. That's a fact. Not me, thank God. God, no. Don't be silly. No. This goes tits up. Mummy bails me out. But, see, maybe that's why I've got a thing about this, because I am from a very middle-class southern family, and I am a bit of a middle-class southern twat. You know, we're one of those families that meet and everything is lovely. It's like, so how are you? Are you well? Yes, I'm lovely. Are you lovely? I'm lovely too. But we're not really lovely. We can't do confrontation, the middle classes. That's why you never see us on the Jeremy Kyle show. Ever, do you? Ever. She's sleeping with your best mate! Well, obviously, I'm not happy about it, Jeremy. It'd be rubbish, wouldn't it? They're having a baby, she stole money off you to buy drugs. She is a bit of a character.
Thank you very much, Hal. Well done. Now we're left with Josh. Let's see what you have. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is the home. Josh Whittaker.
My flatmate is kind of filling our kitchen full of all the kind of pointless things my mum has in her home now. I don't know if you've got... We've just got this tea bag saucer, the saucer for tea bags. It's a very useful item. If you haven't got it, what it is, it's a saucer that you keep halfway between your kettle and your bin. And it's basically for when you make a cup of tea and then you get the tea bag, look across at the bin and go... I mean, that's a journey, isn't it? I mean, that's 3 or 4 yards. I mean, I need a stop-off. That's like driving to Leeds. I could die of tiredness. Then you walk halfway, put your tea bag down, go back, pick up your cup of tea and walk past the bin and out the kitchen. All we've done is create a kind of tea bag death row. That's all we've done. We've got our tea bag sauce on our breakfast bar. If you haven't got a breakfast bar, what it is, it's an extra yard of sideboard. And it's for eating your breakfast. It's when you wake up in the morning, you want to eat your breakfast, but you think, bloody hell, it's too early for a table, isn't it? I mean, I can't handle one of them until lunchtime. I mean, what I want is something slightly higher and less comfortable. That's what I'm looking for here. There's one thing I don't want to eat at 8 a.m. It's a bar. That is the reason I feel so shit in the first place.
Well done to both of you. Lines you wouldn't hear in a Bond movie.
Agents aren't what they used to be, 007. Meet 118118.
One dry martini, shaken not stirred, and 4 Jaeger bombs.
So, Bond, we're really pushing product placement in this film. So here's your new secretary, Miss Money Supermarket.
Goldfinger, what are you doing with that laser? You've nearly burnt my cock off.
So, laser-guided, fires at will, lovely in the hand, incredible repeat speed. Tell me, Mr. Bond, where'd you get a penis like this?
MI6? No, you're a lot older than that, Bond.
Aha! Mr. Bond. It appears that somebody has stolen my cat.
I'm sorry, James, I'm going to have to remove your licence to kill. Also, I would question the validity of this boob inspector card.
Hey, it's me, Pussy. Pussy no more? Yeah, I'm post-op now. It's going real good.
Professor, how could you? You tried to mix giant broccoli with 3 million eggs. So, your terrible flan has failed.
And this watch that fires bullets, and I'm afraid that's all the gadgets I can give you, Bond. I'm the 8 items or less queue.
I think you may need an eye test, Bond. That sex-mad blonde you've been shagging in the embassy is Julian Assange.
So she's smuggling diamonds somehow, Bond, and your job is to find out how. Just go to the hotel reception and ask for Fanny Vajazzle.
The first subject is unlikely greeting cards.
Congratulations, you're 18 on a list of 20 people I'm going to kill.
My heart goes out in sympathy. I know your life is torn. I can't believe your dear, sweet mum caught you watching all that porn.
Congratulations on conquering your drug and alcohol dependency. We're having a party to celebrate, but you can't come.
I know you're green. I've done my bit. This card is made of recycled shit. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm locked up in Broadmoor and thinking of you.
Thinking of you at this difficult time has given me an erection.
You're moving! We've repossessed your house.
Our next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, what's going on here?
Is it Murray showing Tim Henman how bath time is different?
Is Andy Murray going to be cryogenically frozen and then brought back when Novak Djokovic has retired?
Sorry, Andy! I know what it is. Andy's from Scotland. They don't get too much sun over there. He's enjoying the reflection of the trophy.
I'm assuming that's the picture he's put on eBay.
He looks like a centaur. He looks like his legs bend backwards in that bath. That must be why he covers the court so quickly. If his legs backwards, you can never love me, my friend.
He always plays on Centaur Court.
Yeah, bravo.
That trophy, you could fit your head inside. Have you toyed with putting your head in the trophy and playing Nightmare?
Oh, my God, amazing.
I haven't, actually, no.
When you get home, you are going to have the time of your life!
Have you put the baby in the trophy? Have you put the baby in the trophy? You've surely put the baby in the trophy.
She doesn't fit.
Oh,
we tried, but...
Fascinating. I'm delighted to hear it. Of course you had it.
I have a difficult... Congratulations, by the way, Mr. That's what you say before you dig into someone. I have difficulty appreciating tennis because every point and every set and everything you do in tennis is in silence and absolute concentration. Right? You know how many goals Jamie Vardy would score if people just shut up before he kicked the ball? No? Yes? No?
I feel you've not been watching Andy, who has a distinctive monologue running. This is not a man who hides his emotions. Like, oh, this is going so badly.
what he does is he invites people...
But now it seems to have turned! Yes, it's turned! Now it's gone badly again! It's turned again! I've lost that point! Jesus, it must be exhausting being Andy Murray.
There's people in your box that you've invited, and then you just shout at them. Do you know what, mate? Unlucky, but you're about to get a taste of your own medicine. You Scottish... No,
I'd love you to come on.
Why are you doing this to me? Why did you make me do this, Mum? Sorry, that wasn't about you. That was just my own problem. Why is there a pineapple on top of the trophy?
Is it a pineapple? Is it a pineapple on top of the trophy?
Yeah, it's a pineapple, yeah.
Is it because you're meant to fill it with lilt? Try that tonight, after the baby. Do that.
We keep presuming that they just give you this thing. Presumably the thing is now back in a safe somewhere. Do you get to have it for any period of time?
That was the last time I saw it, actually. Yeah.
Where the hell is it?
You get like
Did you turn away and then come back and what? The trophy's gone? Because this may not be the place to tell them.
We've told you the trophy has got a no nudity rule. We are taking that away from you.
This trophy has not seen a penis in 127 years. Not now. They took the trophy away. Did they give you a replica of it?
Yeah, a small one, yeah.
Can you fit your head in that one?
What can you fit in that one? No, cut the mic out. You need it. Does anyone wish to answer further questions? Sorry, we're the lights go down.
What are you meant to be answering?
You were supposed to actually go, what's going on here? I think we've blown the gap. We know what's going on in here, right? So anyway.
What's going on here is we're offending the only person that's done anything good in Britain this year.
That is very true. Yes, this is a picture of Andy Murray after winning his second Wimbledon title, making the first British man to win multiple Wimbledon singles titles since Fred Perry in 1935. Did you watch the match?
Of course I watched it. He's here.
Yeah. The first subject is holidays. Who wants to come in on that? Josh.
Not very good holidays, as it turns out. I bought a tent to go camping recently. I don't know if I've not done this before. I bought a 2-room tent. And then you get it home, and it turns out the 2 rooms they give you from your house are the bedroom and the porch. I'll show you. If I was going to take 2 rooms from my house on holiday with me, very low on the list would be the porch. I would choose the bedroom and the bathroom. So not camping. Never have I woken up at 4 a.m. and thought, I need to get to a porch. If I don't get to a porch, there is going to be an accident. If there was no porch on your tent, you wouldn't have an issue. You wouldn't get your tent out and go, oh, my God, no porch. Well, where am I going to put my hat stand? I've got yellow pages and 84 pieces of junk mail. I need a porch on these things. I never went on good holidays when I was a child. My dad was one of those people that was afraid of flying. He'd go, it's not natural, is it? Because if we were going to fly, we'd have wings. It's for birds, it's not for humans. But that's a terrible argument, isn't it? Because that's what technology is for. Helping you do things you couldn't do otherwise. If you give him a bottle of wine, he doesn't go, well, I'm not opening that because I don't have a curly finger.
Thank you very much, Josh. Well done. OK, let's have the next subject, please. The next subject is communication. Who wants to come in on that? Chris.
Hello. Communication now, these days, it's the more technologically advanced a form of communication, the more pointless and useless the subject matter is. For example, things like Twitter. You would never... It's not real communication. You would never tweet someone to inform them of a death in the family. It'd be slightly, you know what I mean, a bit harsh. Dad's dead, #fail. At the same time, you wouldn't show up at someone's house unannounced in person to tell them you just had a nice sandwich. All right, mate, it's 11 at night. What's up? Just had a blinded toasty. I'll see you at work. What? It is, I mean, the most pointless form of communication these days is it has to be YouTube comments. Wow. Just take a couple of hours out of your life, sit down and have a look through some YouTube comments. It's like scrolling through the mind of a psychopath. It's incredible, and I've got a game you can have to send them loopy, right? Go onto YouTube, find a video. It has to be unremarkable. It can't be anything amazing. It can't be a near-death experience. It has to be banal, boring and mundane, like video of a cat yawning. You're laughing, there's loads of them on there. People are insane, right? Video of a cat yawning, go on, underneath, sign in to YouTube, comment one word. Fake. People lose their minds. How can it be fake? Cat yawn! Cat yawn! She was tired!
Thank you very, very much, sir. So that'll leave us with Milton. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. The subject is family.
All my family are black and white. I phoned my dad the other day. He said, you left the room before I finished speaking. I wanted you to go to Holland and Barrett and get me some tablets. Where are you now? I said, Holland. I always left the room before my dad finished speaking. I remember once he said, why don't you go outside and jump up and down on the trampoline? Except I didn't hear the Aline. My grandfather, he eventually achieved his lifelong ambition to be a lion whisperer. Just before he died. Hashtag fail. My mother, she's got to the stage now where all she does is go on about who's just died.
Do you remember Muriel? She's just died. Do you remember Arthur? He's just died.
I said, Mum, get off the roof and give me the gun.
Thank you very much. Well done. Poison out. Go to Milton Jones. Come on back. This is Chancellor George Osborne ahead of the Conservative Party conference this week. A recent survey has put him well ahead of his rivals to succeed David Cameron as the party leader. It's exciting to know that this has already started.
Yeah.
Party leader election, which will take place in 2019. And there's already polls about who's going to be taking over.
Well, I hope it's not him, actually. I hope it's Boris. Because if Boris gets in and Corbyn's in, you can forget about politics altogether. Don't have an election. Have no election at all and just settle it all with a bicycle race. First one's a Brighton forms a government.
Well, have you watched the conference?
I'm waiting until the full box set comes out.
Really?
I'm just going to binge watch
if you dip in and dip out, does it ruin it for you?
Yeah, it really does. I don't get the full character development.
No, you're right.
Yeah. That's the other pose the sex doll does.
That is, yes.
He's doing a Spice Girls dance routine.
That is previous to his speech. That is a stance he adopted. I don't know for how long, or was it just a lucky photograph, or was he like that for the entire speech? Just standing awkwardly buffeted against a wind that we can't picture.
He did an interview that made him look, I think the idea was to make him look sort of humanoid. But he said it was just with him. It was like he was deliberately trying to throw people with the things he was into. Like some of his favourite... Train Spotting, one of his favourite films. Or one of his favourite gigs he ever went to was NWA.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't believe he hasn't got that mixed up with something else. I'm sure he went to see TLC.
or just was once in NW8. Which is Primrose Hill, as far as I know. It's a very nice part of London, the kind of place he'd be hanging. But that is actually NWA. He saw them at the Brixton Academy when he was a student.
Maybe it's a singer from his village called Nice White Alan.
Or it's the National Waterways Association, which is a lot harder to do a drive-by with a barge.
Did they not do a track called Fuck the Police, though?
They did, yes.
And is that not being a guide to his Home Office spending cuts?
What does NWA stand for again, Dara?
It stands... Nice lads with attitude. That is for them to say. It is
Fair
for them
enough.
to say that is the way it works. That
Yeah.
is the way it works. Them's the rules. That's fine.
Yeah,
Equally, they can't call me Paddy. It's, you know, whenever I meet Ice Cube, I say, da-da-da-da-da-da, and he goes,
PWA, is that what you call it?
Yeah, Paddy's with attitude.
Yeah.
I've often joshed with Ice about that. That's what I would call the band. Fuck the Gardaí. Now we play a round called It's Getting Hot in Here, so take out all your jokes. This game involved Tiff and Ramesh, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. The first subject is magazines. Who wants to come in on that?
OK.
Tiff.
As a woman, most of your life is designed to make you feel a little bit shit. And magazines are responsible for that. You know, magazines like OK, which I look at on the shelves and think, when are they going to stop putting people on the front of that who are quite clearly not OK? Magazines will recommend that you have plastic surgery. That seems to be everywhere. Too much plastic surgery these days. I think that's why they've invented emoticons. Right, they're for women who've had too much plastic surgery, so you can just hold up an iPad and say, I feel happy, I feel sad, I feel like a smiley poo with eyes. But I think the worst thing that magazines do is they perpetuate trends, really bad trends, right? I don't know how you guys feel about vajazzling. But I genuinely believe it is a plot by religious groups to get gay men interested in vaginas. By making them look like disco balls. I told my mum about the vajazzling, right? I said, Mum, they do this thing now where they put Diamante on your downstairs. And my mum just went, vajazzling? In my day, you were lucky if you gave it a wash.
Thank you very much, Jeff. OK, that leaves us with Ramesh. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is parenting.
I'm a parent. You know, we had our first child, and our first child is such a lovely kid. You know, he always says please and thank you. He's such a wonderful, wonderful little boy. I said to my wife, do you know what? I think we might have mastered parenting. I think it's just about setting clear boundaries and being consistent. The second one, feral. Right. Like, I love him, but what a prick this kid is. Like, I love him, but what an unacceptable human being. Like, I love him, but I don't like him. You know, that's... Like, I'm going to have to say to him one day, you're a mistake. And not, like, in the way that the contraception went wrong. Like, the decision to have you was a mistake. Sometimes I want him to get hurt. There you go, I said it. Now, listen. I don't mean really hurt. I don't mean really hurt, I just mean a little bit. You know, because he doesn't listen, this kid. When I say to him, don't do that, dude, because if you do that, you're going to get hurt. And then he does it, and he doesn't get hurt. That pisses me off, right? Because that is life telling him that I'm full of shit. This kid's running with scissors with no consequences, do you know what I mean?
Very good. I think the points for Tiff time. Come on back, both of you. In other royal news, who's been found in a car park in Leicester?
Stan Collymore.
This is Richard III, isn't it?
It is Richard III, yes.
Do you know about Richard III?
I know a little bit about Richard III, yes.
Well,
Although my image of Richard III would be kind of, because we weren't taught a lot of that in school, is of the Shakespeare...
So he was the...
I think that was...
Skywalker. Your friends cannot save you now.
Oh, the Death Star will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
You get a different version. You get a different version to us.
Richard III was the man who lost the War of the Roses to Alan Titchmarsh. And he died at the Battle of Bosworth, and his remains have been found under a car park in Leicester, which is great, but they don't know what to do with him because he's lost his ticket and he's got £6,000 in back payments. He's got to pay another 50 because he's buried across 2 spaces.
I'm amazed that anyone's shocked about finding him. The state of car parks these days, you can't walk 10 feet without putting your feet in a Richard III.
It's not a big deal either, is it? They found him in...
It's not a big deal.
They found Richard... It's not a big deal. They find Prince Harry in a skip most weeks.
It's an amazing addition to Leicester's Hall of Fame. They've got Engelbert Humperdinck, Shawaddy Waddy, Rusty Lee and now Richard III. It's the worst variety show of all.
All MC'd by Gary Lineker.
Please tell me that he comes on at the end.
I'm suspicious it is Richard III, but firstly because, you know, they didn't have car parks in the olden days, and also because they found the bones in a small cardboard box labelled Southern Fried Chicken.
Well, I think that's the reason...
Chickens do have a curvature of the spine.
Yes, they do. Wings.
It is, yes.
And people were a lot smaller then, so...
They were, you're right.
They weren't the size of a chicken.
That's so weird. I have found Richard III. Just a chicken carcass. Yeah, look. We didn't even have to dig. One of the cars pulled out and it was just here.
They think he killed the Prince in the Tower. They're not quite sure, but they think it was with a candlestick or the lead piping. That's one thing. And they think that now he was probably quite a good king, in fact. Don't they? He also said a horse, a kingdom for a horse.
I think he should be saying,
The Force! The Force! My empire for the Force! Skywalker!
that is the greatest thing of everything in the world. Like,
oh, the Death Star will be quite operational.
There's a pitch beat in Monkey. This.
Yeah.
I
have given...
like a Chinese Death Star. This Death Star a lot cheaper than the other Death Star. But it's not faster. What the hell is this? You cross my palm with my lightsaber. I tell you fortune.
You deliver to Endor. Endor, follow me.
You have to collect. I put down the force field so you can get in, innit?
Milton, let's see what you've been got. Let's spin the wheel. And it's jobs. Milton.
Have you noticed that if you Google the phrase lost medieval servant boy, it says this page cannot be found? Some of you are going to be doing that tomorrow. I think if I was opening a Pizza Express, I'd open it next to a Vision Express, so we got some of their customers by mistake. I think if I had unlimited money, I'd hire 2 private investigators and get them to follow each other. Do you ever get that thing where you think someone's probably definitely wearing a wig, and you think to yourself, I'm sorry, Your Honour. I'm a bit of a lazy writer, according to my children, QWERTY and F12. Being a PE teacher, that's easy, isn't it? Shiny. I teach running. Run. I teach swimming. Swim. And a tiny, tiny little bit of geography.
How is an Italian neuroscientist hoping to make medical history?
This is brilliant.
This is
an
amazing.
absolutely fantastic
This is
story.
amazing.
He is planning to give someone a head transplant, or to take someone's head off and transplant it onto another body.
It's a bit ridiculous, though, isn't it? Like, how in demand are heads? Like, who's at home going, finally, I can get an head now, all these years?
No, I think it mixed up a head transplant and a body transplant. No one is going, if only my body had the head it deserved.
Yeah.
I have a... You are quite ripped, aren't you? Yeah.
I reckon he's on the blag. I reckon he's going to get two people who are quite similar, get one of them, get rid of the other one, and just do like a little dotted line around the neck. Go, done it, nailed it.
You would never, ever want to be a head donor, would you? Because that just sounds like a PC job title for a prostitute, doesn't it? That's basically
I don't think, and I know little enough about the sex industry, that they regard it as a donation. I think.
But you are giving head.
Yes, you are, but there is also...
Speak for yourself.
Yes. I don't know. I can't speak for the sex industry. Maybe they go, the head is free. It's the companionship you're paying for.
If you hadn't seen somebody for ages,
Yeah.
and whenever you had seen them, they'd always been in a wheelchair, and then you suddenly saw them walking along the street, you'd be quite freaked out by that, wouldn't you? Right? But it would not be as freaky as if you thought somebody had died and then you saw them walking along the street with exactly the same tattoos as the person who died. That would freak you right out, wouldn't it?
Would there be an element of you would want... I don't know if you can request no tattoos, though.
You'd wake up and be like, why is that pierced?
Hello, I'm not married to Mabel. What the hell is this doing here? This is going to be awkward
I love that your go-to name for a wife was Mabel.
Yeah. It's actually Mary. I thought it was too Irish. I thought, I better pick something English. Mabel, that's a standard English
Have
name.
you met my beautiful wife, Mabel?
If you put a head on someone else's body, are heads gender-specific? Do they have to go on the same...
Oh, that's a very interesting question.
Because I was thinking you'd have to find the match, wouldn't you? Sometimes a head is much too large for a body. So, for example, if your head was to go on Posh Spice, that would look... That would look ridiculous.
She'd be lolling. I don't know which of us it is. Would be lolling ferociously.
I would be having some confusing feelings looking at that.
I can enjoy this. Who'd you be blocking out? Who'd you be blocking out? Seriously, Josh, be honest with me. Would you be blocking out me or Posh in this situation? Or would it be like those superhero mashup toys? That you're going...
Wait, which Spice Girl would they choose, then?
Well, Posh, I think.
No, they choose Scary because she's like, you know... I don't think they give you a catalogue of just the Spice Girls. I don't think it's...
I totally misunderstood the story.
I don't think, I need a new body. Well, these are your 5 exact choices. Oh, that seems unusual.
So I could choose one of the All Saints?
Presumably, yeah.
If you can remember their names.
Essentially, that's what the Sugar Babes have been for about 10 years anyway. At the end, and the points go to Rob, Ellie and Andy.
Things you don't want to hear from your flatmate.
That's my milk in the fridge. I squeeze it out of my tits with a vice.
No, we can't share the electricity bill. I've got a phone charger and a laptop, and you're on a life support machine.
My last flat was just like Friends. Have you seen the one where Joey kills everybody?
I love talking to you. With you, I can...
be my real self.
There's just 2 of us. Well, 3 if you count God.
I'd give it 10 minutes in the toilet if I were you. That one could talk.
Well, if you don't think I'm a nosy bastard, why did you write that in your diary?
Oh, that's just a novelty shower gel in the shape of a webcam.
Hey, you said there wasn't enough room to swing a cat. Look at this.
I don't see why I should pay for half the loo roll when I never use any.
I tell you what, that Hoover is powerful.
Now we play a round called I'm So Brexcited and I Just Can't Hide It. This game involves Nish and Gary, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is the movies. Who wants to go in that? Nish.
I'm a big movie fan, and I'm very excited that there's going to be a new James Bond. Now, my pick, personally, would be Idris Elba. I think he'd be an amazing James Bond, but some people are very unhappy. I was reading an article about this, and the first comment under the article started with the words, "This is not a race thing." Which immediately makes you think, it's definitely a race thing. This is not a race thing, it's just James Bond is not black. Now, I've got terrible news for this person. James Bond is not real. He's not a real person. He doesn't exist. If you're talking about fidelity to Ian Fleming's original character, Daniel Craig has a smartphone and a laptop, and in one of the Pierce Brosnan films, he drove an invisible car. So it might be a bit late if you just suddenly become a stickler for canon. And the second comment started with the words, "This is political correctness gone mad. This is the ethnic minority lobby getting their way again." And hey, we all know if the ethnic minority lobby has been campaigning for anything, it is for a black James Bond. People have been out in the streets. We want a black James Bond now. We don't care about police brutality. All we care about is 007. Hashtag Black Bonds Matter. We will settle for a Mexican, maybe. And who can forget the immortal words of Dr. Martin Luther King? I have a dream that one day a black man will play a fake spy.
Thank you very much. Well done, Nish.